So we are going to start live in 1 minute. So we'll be just waiting for a few more participants, then we would go live. So hello, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. So this session is brought to you by Seed Financial Academy, a goal-approved learning partner here in Nepal. So टाइटलबाट तपाईँले थाहा पाउने भइसक्यो होला यो सेसन के को बारेमा हो. इट्स बेसिकली अबाउट द स्टडी रिसोर्सेस एन्ड डिफ्रेन्ट मटेरियल्स द्याट द ACCA student can use so that they can prepare well for their upcoming exams. So तपाईँहरूको स्क्रिनमा एउटा पोल क्वेसन्स आएको छ, त्यसलाई चाहिँ एन्सर गरिदिनु हुन चाहिँ सब पार्टिसिपेन्टलाई आई वुड हम्बली रिक्वेस्ट. So I will count 10, and after that the polls questions would be over. So okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. So I think सबले भोट गर्नुभएको छैन होला. So I'm giving some more time because result आइरहेको छैन त्यो पोल क्वेसन्सको लागि. So I would like to request all the participants to vote on that poll question which is on your screen. So once we get through the poll question, then we'd start the presentation. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start the session. अनि सेसनको बिचमा पनि पोलहरू गर्दै गर्नु होला. सो अझै बिचमा कोही पार्टिसिपेन्टहरू आउँदै हुनुहुन्छ भने उहाँले पनि गर्नुहुन्छ. सो इनमा चाहिँ त्यसको रिजल्ट चाहिँ we would publish. So hello once again, it's me Ankit Shrestha, an ACCA student, and today I'm going to conduct this session. So here today we have Mr. Gautam, ACCA member, tutor, and academic director at Seed Financial Academy. So I would like to request Anant sir to give a short introduction. Over to you, sir.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Hopefully everyone is great. So आजको सेसनमा चाहिँ for short introduction, my name is Ananta Gautam, and I'm the academic director at Seed Financial Academy and a tutor as well. So I think सबैजनाले भोट चाहिँ गर्नु पोल चाहिँ गर्नु भएको छैन. I think so let's everyone keep polling, so I get the idea. So what kind of resources are you using, and then I can conduct my session according to that as well. So त्यो पोल गर्नुभयो भने चाहिँ I will have an idea on the resources you've been using. अनि मैले अलिकति जुन रिसोर्सेसहरुमा चाहिँ टाइम अलिकति जसलाई धेरै थाहा छैन त्यसमा चाहिँ मैले धेरै टाइम स्पेन्ड गर्न पाउँछु.
Sure.
So I'll do a presentation slides. So presentation slides plus then I will show you a live demo of all the resources we've got. So धेरै जस्तो रिसोर्सेस एक दुईवटा एपहरू छ, त्यो एपहरू चाहिँ probably लाइभ देखाउन सक्दिनँ मैले, तर त्यो बाहेक आई थिङ्क अल अफ द अदर एसिसिए रिसोर्सेस चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ तपाईँहरूलाई चाहिँ एउटा live demo दिन्छु, and then I'll talk about how to use it and then how to access it as well.
Okay, so I would like to encourage all the participants to keep on asking questions in YouTube platform ma hoस् या यता Zoom मा होस्, जताबाट पनि question चाहिँ raise गरिदिनु, so that the session becomes more interactive, insightful and informative. So without further ado, now I would like to ask sir to start his presentation. So basically idea चाहिँ के छ भने चाहिँ as an ACCA students, on the behalf of all the students, I would be asking questions throughout this presentation. Basically यस्तो resources use गर्दाखेरि normally एउटा ACCA स्टुडेन्टलाई कस्तो प्रब्लम आउँछ र त्यो रिसोर्सेसको इजनेस कति छ त्यस बारेमा चाहिँ म सरलाई चाहिँ प्रेजेन्टेसनको बिचमा क्वेसन्सहरू सोध्दै गर्दै गर्नेछु. सो ओभर टु यु सर.
Okay, let's start. I think screen sharing on site मजाले.
हजुर सर देखेछ, all good sir.
Okay, I'll start. So I'll start with the list we are going to discuss today. So we list गरेको छु. We have put that on Facebook as well. So I think we've got around 26 resources to discuss about. So around 1 hour जति चाहिँ minimum लाग्छ जस्तो छ. So I've put that on the list. So we've got 26 different resources, approved launching content, the first one being. So सबैभन्दा familiar भएको topic or resource चाहिँ approved launching content. So BPP use गरे होला or Kathmandu use गरे होला एउटा approved launching content. Second मा I can see from the poll syllabus and study guide चाहिँ धेरैले नै use गरिराख्नु भएको रहेछ. So I think that's a good thing. Third one is examiner's report or examining team guidance. The most unused, the least utilized resource भन्छु मैले examiner's report or examining team guidance. Then we've got technical articles, podcast, and study support resources. And then the fifth one is specimen and past exam papers. There's a lot of insight into how you can use पहिलेको जुन paper based exams को questions paper based exams को questions are they still relevant on CBE sessions पनि एउटा major कुरा हामी discuss गर्नेछौँ. Then we got ACCA CBE session workspace. Many of you probably don't know about this, so but it's a very powerful resource we can use in preparing for exams. Next, CBE practice platform, newly launched CBE practice platform by ACCA. Very powerful. One of the best resource ACCA got till now. From my perspective. And then learning community and study groups. We'll discuss about that as well later. And then we got retake guides, examinable documents, student virtual learning center (VLC), another very good initiative by ACCA. I don't think you probably have used it, but we will look at how you can utilize the students virtual learning center to prepare for exams. Next, BPP English language support for ACCA. I think धेरै विद्यार्थीलाई थाहा छ. I think BPP English language support for ACCA. Even मेरो lecturesहरूमा पनि I keep reminding students of how important BPP English language support for ACCA is. Then professional marks. This is more relevant to strategic professional level, but we'll still discuss it. And then we got ethics and professional skills module, ACCA YouTube app, BPP support tool app, another very good app you can use for exam preparation, recorded webinars, classroom lectures and notes, and that's probably we are all familiar about. ACCA online X, spreadsheets and Word documents, ACCA COVID-19 area, or newly launched platform to prepare during this COVID-19 situation. ACCA practice tests, that's mainly for applied knowledge level. PQ magazine, not an official ACCA resource, but still I'm putting it there. Joftit app, that's not official as well, but one of my favorite resource. So in terms of preparing for exams, so we'll talk about that as well. And then I'll talk about time as a resource. Subway resources ko kura garyo, tara time is a valuable resource. So we'll talk about time as a resource, and then there's some resources by Seed Financial Academy as well. So we'll talk about resources by Seed Financial Academy as well.
Okay, sir.
So if you have any questions, you can raise your hands during the session as well, and then we'll have after the session as well. When I complete everything, then there will be a live question answer round, so you can ask questions during the session as well. Let's make it interactive, and then we'll carry on.
Okay, sir.
So I'll start with the first one. So the first one is the approved learning content. So this is the most familiar ACCA resources we've known about Nepalko context ma herne ho भने चाहिँ. So approved content from either from Kaplan or BPP. So Kaplan र BPP को content textbook, revision kits सबैलाई थाहा भएको कुरा. So revision kits are best recommended for question practice. So there might be number of resources which provides you questions for practice, but one best thing about revision kits is it covers lot of questions. So you shouldn't miss revision kits. So Kaplan and BPP always update their questions and answers. So they are approved approved content provider. So they always update their answer banks questions to reflect latest syllabus content, so examiner documents and exam structure. So you should always refer to up to date content. So अहिलेको स्थितिमा चाहिँ what happens is normally हामी चाहिँ पुरानो बुक लिएर पढिरहेको हुन्छौँ, and then त्यसमा सबै कन्टेन्टहरु चाहिँ अवेलेबल नहुन सक्छ. There might be changes in the content. त्यो कुराहरु चाहिँ ख्याल गर्नुपर्छ. So बुक छ, मलाई बुक किन्नु मन लाग्दैन भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ you shouldn't be using old contents. अर्को राम्रो कुरा अब yes.
सर यसमा चाहिँ एउटा क्वेसन आयो, जस्तै अब एसीसी को कन्टेन्ट त डाइनामिक छ नि त, टाइम अनुसार चेन्जेस भइरहेको हुन्छ, न्यू कन्टेन्टहरु हालिरहेको हुन्छ नि. अनि तपाईले भन्नुभएको यो काप्लान र बीबीपी चाहिँ उनीहरुको चाहिँ कन्टेन्टमा चाहिँ रिभाइज हुन्छ कि हुँदैन, अपडेटेड हुन्छ कि हुँदैन, वा के बेसिसमा नर्मली तिनीहरुले चेन्ज गरिरहेको हुन्छ?
So हुन्छ कस्तो भन्दा सेसन बाइ सेसन there's a time frame until when or particular book is valid भनौं न. So time frame दिएको हुन्छ. बुकको सुरुमा हेर्यो भने चाहिँ टेक्स्ट बुक रिभिजन किटमा हेर्यो भने चाहिँ भ्यालिड अप टु भनेर समथिङ डेट दिएको हुन्छ. सो त्यो अनुसारले चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ द अप्रुभ लर्निङ कन्टेन्ट प्रोभाइडर काप्लान or बीपीपी भनेको सिट डाउन्स विथ एसीसी एक्जामिनिङ टिम. सो कस्तो कन्टेन्ट एड गर्ने भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यसै अनुसार कन्टेन्ट सिलेबसहरु चाहिँ रिभाइज गर्छ, एन्ड देन त्यो कन्टेन्टलाई चाहिँ एसीसीले एक्जामिनिङ टिमले चाहिँ अप्रुभ गरेको हुन्छ. So you can be pretty sure, you can be pretty confident about Kaplan or BPP ko book.
Okay.
Referring to other content provider is fine. Other content providers have revision kits or fine.
I think Baker is also the one, right?
Baker is also the different resource to use normally revision kits. You shouldn't rely on them. You shouldn't rely on the content by other learning provider. You should always refer to approved learning content. So त्यो भयो भने चाहिँ मिस गर्ने चान्सेस चाहिँ कम नै हुन्छ. एन्ड देन अप टु डेट बुक्स राख्नु पनि अप टु डेट बुक्स भनेको द बुक व्हिच इज भ्यालिड फर दैट एक्जाम सेसन, त्यो राख्नु पनि एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ. वी विल सी एक्जामिनेबल डकुमेन्ट्स लेटर अन. सो एक्जामिनेबल डकुमेन्ट्स भनेको के हो भने एन्ड देन हाउ दैट इफेक्ट्स बुक्सहरु कसरी किन चेन्जेस हुन्छ त भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ वी विल सी एक्जामिनेबल डकुमेन्ट्स लेटर अन.
ओके सर.
Next is we got syllabus and study guide. So syllabus and study guide basically from my point of view, students are really not using it to their advantage. Syllabus and study guide, there's a lot of insights into study guide. There's so much to learn from study guides. तर अहिलेसम्म के भएको छ भन्दा syllabus and study guide, you go through the syllabus, एक रहेछ syllabus जस्तो. तर this is a very powerful tool for revision के revision गर्नको लागि चाहिँ very powerful tool. I'll show you two examples, 2-3 examples of syllabus and study guide and how can you use those syllabus and study guide भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ. So तीनवटा extract छ I think मसँग, त्यो तीनवटा extract I will show you, and then यो सिलेबस एन्ड स्टडी गाइड चाहिँ मैले रिफर गर्छु. एउटा मैले चाहिँ रिभिजन कसरी बेस गर्ने भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ मैले कुन हिसाबले चाहिँ रिभिजन बेस गर्ने भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यो एउटा हेर्न मिल्छ. अर्को चाहिँ मैले कुनै कुरा मिस गरेको छु कि छैन भन्ने हिसाबले पनि हेर्न मिल्छ. सो I'll show you two extracts of revision guide.
Sure.
So I'll switch on to the screen है, म नयाँ शेयर गर्छु. So there might be lag between switching screen to show you the other contents, तर you should be fine है. So I'll start with, so I put up a syllabus study guide. So I'll go syllabus study guide. There's one syllabus. So पहिले त्यो syllabus र study guide भनेर चाहिँ अलिकति छोटो कन्टेन्ट मात्रै हुन्थ्यो, 3-4 पेज मात्रै हुन्थ्यो. तर now syllabus and study guide is very powerful. So एउटा यसले के दिन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ what are the contents you should be studying for. So for example we'll go through this. So पहिले अलिकति briefly चाहिँ
सर स्क्रिन शेयर भएको छैन.
Okay, I'll share it. So this is a syllabus and study guide for financial accounting. So financial accounting, so म financial accounting को tutor भएको कारणले गर्दा नि okay, then I'm referring to syllabus and study guide. There's introductions, there's contents, on what are the contents available, and then I'll go straight to what I am trying to show you right now. So it gives breakdown of the main capabilities students should have when they finish their exam. On successful completion of exam, it gives you on the financial accounting, it gives you 8 different topics area on which candidates should be able to deliver when they finish their exam. And then I'll go down and then there's a syllabus. So syllabus, this is very brief. हाम्रो textbook मा भयो जस्तो च्याप्टर्सहरु भने जस्तो च्याप्टर्सहरु भने जस्तो there's a brief syllabus, but I'm not concerned about this. I'm more concerned about the detailed study guide. So detailed study guide. So there is a detailed study guide.
यो जुन डिटेल स्टडी गाइड भन्नुभयो नि त्यो हाम्रो एप्रुभ टेक्स्ट बुक को त्यो फ्रन्ट पेजमा हुने त्यो र यसमा चाहिँ के डिफरेन्स छ? सेम हो कि?
It's the same thing. If you're
okay.
If you're referring to up to date content, त्यो syllabus study guide र यो syllabus study guide चाहिँ फरक हुँदैन. But we keep ignoring it because मैले धेरै विद्यार्थीले चाहिँ इग्नोर गरेको देखिरहेको छु. सो अहिले मैले दुईवटा एक्सट्र्याक्ट देखाउँछु. त्यो दुईवटा एक्सट्र्याक्टमा चाहिँ यो इग्नोर गर्नाले चाहिँ कति बेफाइदाहरू छ भन्ने पनि म देखाउँछु. सो देयर इज अ डिटेल स्टडी गाइड. सो डिटेल स्टडी गाइड. सो प्रत्येक च्याप्टर प्रत्येक सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ के जान्नु पर्ने हुन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ छ. एन्ड देन at the end there are things like what's been added, what's been removed.
So okay.
So पहिलेको सिलेबसबाट पहिलेको सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडबाट चाहिँ अहिलेको सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडमा चाहिँ के एड गरेको छ, के रिमुभ गरेको छ भन्ने चाहिँ देखाएको छ. One of these. So that's syllabus and study guide for you. अब यो चाहिँ अलिकति पुरानो सिलेबस स्टडी गाइड छ. नयाँ सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडको चाहिँ एन्डमा हेर्यो भने चाहिँ सो व्हाट आर द रिसोर्सेस यु क्यान रिफर टु भनेर पनि त्यो लिस्टहरू पनि दिएको हुन्छ सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडमा. सो अबको सिलेबस स्टडी गाइड मेनली चाहिँ हामी चाहिँ के भन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ सिलेबस नै त हो भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यति इग्नोर गरियो. तर let me show you ignoring syllabus and study guide is how dangerous. So I'll show you. So let me share the screen.
It's not being shared at the moment, sir.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen. So So that's the skin. So you've seen
Okay.
a photo there. So photo. So I've highlighted or I've circled, the regulatory framework there. So अब मैले यो पनि फाइनेन्शियल अकाउन्टिङको सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडको एउटा पोर्सन हो. So chapter 2 of financial accounting paper talks about regulatory framework. अब त्यो म बुकको कन्टेन्ट रिफर गरे भने चाहिँ बुकमा चाहिँ there are various kind of things you need to remember, धेरै नै कुराहरू छन्. तर अब म सिलेबस स्टडी गाइड रिफर गरे भने चाहिँ आई नो एक्ज्याक्टली व्हाट आई एम सपोज टु नो फ्रम द्याट बुक. बुकको कन्टेन्टबाट चाहिँ मलाई जान्नुपर्ने चाहिँ मैले लिनुपर्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ के हो भनेर चाहिँ एक्ज्याक्टली थाहा हुन्छ. सो इन केस अफ द रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क फाइनेन्शियल अकाउन्टिङको बुकबाट चाहिँ रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क हेर्दा चाहिँ सो all I need to know is understand the role of regulatory system including IFRS, IASB भनेको छ. सो मैले भनेको चाहिँ अब बुकमा जेसुकै होस् तर what I'm supposed to know is the role of these
particular syllabus study guide,
IASB, IFRS AC, IFRIC. So मलाई त्यति रोल मात्रै थाहा भयो. So referring to this, what assures you is कि मैले त्यो बुकको कन्टेन्टबाट चाहिँ लिनुपर्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ के हो भन्ने चाहिँ एकदम सजिलै नै देखाउँछ. सो सेकेन्डमा चाहिँ अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड द रोल अफ इन्टरनेसनल फाइनेन्स IFRS भन्छ. सो यो यसमा मैले कन्टेन्ट रिफर गरेँ भने हो, कन्टेन्ट रिफर गर्दा चाहिँ वाट ह्यापन्स इज मलाई जान्नुपर्ने कुरा मैले बुकको कन्टेन्टबाट चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै मैले लिनुपर्ने कुरा सम्झिनुपर्ने कुरा चाहिँ के हो भनेर चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै देखाउँछ. सो द्याट्स वान अफ द एक्जाम्पल. सो बुकको सबै कुरा जान्नुपर्छ भन्ने छैन. सो बुक रिफर गरेँ एन्ड देन आई विल ओन्ली take in the path that's necessary.
Okay.
अर्को चाहिँ I'll show you the other one. So the next one is from next one is from taxation paper, F6 UK taxation paper. So I've underlined something there. Describe and apply the badges of trade. So this is a topic from income from self-employed or self-employment income. So what happens is, what I'm trying to underline here is, so कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ हामीलाई badges of trade भनेको के हो भन्ने थाहा छ. So badges of trade भनेको चाहिँ हो, I know about mnemonics as well, So mnemonics, so from fast भन्ने चाहिँ mnemonics थाहा छ. So अब what I don't know is, मैले सबै रटेको छु, डिस्क्राइब गर्न पनि आउँछ कुन के हो भन्ने, तर एप्लिकेसन पार्ट चाहिँ छुटेको हुन्छ. सो आई डोन्ट नो हाउ टु डिफ्रेन्सिएट इम्प्लोइमेन्ट फ्रम सेल्फ इम्प्लोइमेन्ट ओर सेल्फ इम्प्लोइड फ्रम इम्प्लोइमेन्ट. सो अब यो सिलेबस स्टडी गाइडले मलाई के दिन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ ओके, इफ आई हेभ मिस्ड द एप्लिकेसन पार्ट, मलाई आउँछ मलाई एप्लिकेसन अफ ब्याजेस अफ ट्रेड भन्ने चाहिँ आउँछ हो, ब्याजेस अफ ट्रेड भन्ने आउँछ, तर एप्लिकेसन पार्ट आउँदैन भने चाहिँ म यो कन्टेन्टमा रिफर गरेँ भने चाहिँ वाट आई नो इज नाउ मैले एप्लिकेसन पार्ट चाहिँ छुटाएको रहेछु. So if I know the application path is left behind, so I can go back and then refer to the books and then refer to the questions on how to do the application part. So application part is important. अब त्यो describe and apply the badges of trade भन्छ नि जुनमा. So examiner question set गर्दा पनि यसरी नै सेट गर्ने हो. And there's less chance you will ask you to describe the badges of trade. So describe गर्नु भन्दा you will probably ask you to apply the badges of trade. So मलाई badges of trade आउँछ भनेर मात्र पनि भएन. So from the syllabus and study guide, what I know is I need to know the application of the badges of trade.
Okay. So basically, sir, once you go through the textbook, त्यसपछि चाहिँ आफैलाई चाहिँ सेल्फ असेस गर्न, मैले चाहिँ यो कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ मलाई थाहा छ कि छैन भनेर सेल्फ असेस गर्नु पनि यो स्टडी गाइड युज गर्न सक्ने भयो.
Exactly. So if anyone has questions until now, questions you can put your queries on the chat box. Chat box ma queries राख्दा पनि हुन्छ.
So I will be picking some questions throughout the presentation, sir.
Okay. And then you can raise your hands. You can raise your hands and then ask over the mic as well.
Okay, sure.
Okay. I'll go ahead with the presentation again.
Yeah.
So I think we've covered syllabus and study guide in details. So so if any questions at the end as well, we can take other questions.
Sir, मलाई चाहिँ के एड अप गर्नु मन लाग्यो यो स्टडी गाइडको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ लाइक मोस्ट अफ द पार्टिसिपेन्ट्स आर फेमिलियर अबाउट द सिट्स. सो त्यहाँ चाहिँ हाम्रो सरोज दङ्गल who is the top of F8 paper in last session. अनि उहाँले पनि के भन्नुभएको थियो भने चाहिँ नर्मली स्टुडेन्टले चाहिँ स्टडी गाइड मिस गर्छ अनि के आउँछ भन्ने थाहा नहुनुको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ एक्जाम दिँदाखेरि चाहिँ दे आर लाइक अनअवेर अनि मैले यो त मिस गरेछु भन्ने चाहिँ त्यहाँ रियलाइज हुन्छ. सो एक्जाम दिन अगाडि नै स्टडी गाइडलाई रिफर गरेर नि स्टार्टिङ तपाईँले आफ्नो प्रिपरेसन स्टार्टिङमा नि स्टडी गाइड रिफर गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ बेटर हुन्छ भन्ने चाहिँ हिसाबमा पनि कुरा गर्नुभएको थियो. सो आई थिङ्क इट्स भेरी प्रोडक्टिभ एन्ड इफेक्टिभ पनि हुन्छ. So request all the assistant to go through the study guides and each paper को लागि चाहिँ book मा हुन्छ, otherwise you can go through online as well.
So next examiner's report or examining team guidance. So ACCA को survey अनुसार पनि this is the most unutilized resource, you know, ACCA को unutilized resource. Use गर्छौँ होला त there's chances we miss on how to use it. So examining team report भनेको छ, guidance भनेको छ, there is a content for it, but are we using it भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ very you know serious question, because this is one of the most, you know, powerful resource, एकदमै helpful in terms of.
Exactly, sir. Before starting this session, I did a few surveys and asked my colleagues and friends. अनि मैले चाहिँ के पाएँ भने चाहिँ mostly they are using approved content haru, textbook haru, ani YouTube ma tutorials haru they are referring, but examiner's report say they are not referring. And I think examiner's report is the key content and key information that any students can use. So I would like to request you to elaborate more on this so that participants say after this session say ajay body was especially examiner's report ma.
So I'll show you how to access it. I'll show you how to access it, and then, you know, question that मैले चाहिँ ACCA resources को पेजमा चाहिँ डाइरेक्टली सजिलै पाउने कन्टेन्टहरूलाई चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ I won't refer back to the site and then show you. अनि एक्जामिनर रिपोर्ट और एक्जामिनिङ टिम गाइडेन्स पनि स्टुडेन्ट्स क्लिक गर्यो, ACCA रिसोर्सेस क्लिक गर्यो, अनि देन सजिलै पाउन सकिन्छ. जुन कुरा चाहिँ सजिलै पाउन सकिँदैन, जुन कुरा चाहिँ ACCA को त्यो रिसोर्स सेक्सनमा चाहिँ लिस्ट नभएको हुन सक्छ, आई विल गो ब्याक एन्ड देन आई विल शो यु अ डेमो अफ इट एज वेल. तर अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ मैले एक्सट्र्याक्टहरू छ, म त्यो एक्सट्र्याक्टहरूबाट मात्रै रिफर गर्छु. सो एक्जामिनर्स रिपोर्ट चाहिँ इट इज अ रिपोर्ट फ्रम द एक्जामिनिङ टिम. भनेको एक्जामिनिङ टिम भनेको चाहिँ you know, the team which sets out exams and then, you know, test you and then mark you. So त्यो सबै चाहिँ examining team हो. So every session in session wise भन्दा चाहिँ we shouldn't forget that session भनेको चाहिँ अलिकति डिफरेन्ट हो ACCA को पोइन्ट अफ भ्यूबाट. हामीले सेसन हेर्दा चाहिँ 4वटा सेसन पर इयर भनेर हेर्छौँ होला, तर फर ACCA कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ सेप्टेम्बर र डिसेम्बर भनेको त एउटा सेसन जस्तो हो. So what they do is, so त्यो एउटा सेसनको लागि, and then for March and June सेसनको लागि एउटा सेसनको लागि they you know publish a report on the performance of students in the exam session. So the performance चाहिँ कसरी रिपोर्टमा राखेको हुन्छ, I will show you that. अर्को चाहिँ एउटा रिसोर्सको हिसाबले चाहिँ there is a video on 5 minutes with the examining team. So एक्जामको लास्ट मिनट प्रिपरेसनको लागि चाहिँ if you have missed anything भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ there is a video on 5 minutes with the examining team. I will show you that as well, and then I will show you some extract as well.
Sure.
So I'll share a new.
So these examiner reports are easily accessible in the ACCA global website, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm sharing a link, you know. So this is from financial accounting as well, examining team guidance as well. So examining team guidance को top मा चाहिँ एउटा video छ. So you can see a video here. So okay. it talks about 5 minutes with the financial accounting examining team. So त्यो 5 minutes मा चाहिँ it will talk about how to approach the exams, टिप्सहरु दिन्छ, exam techniquesहरु दिन्छ. So that's 5 minutes with the examining team. प्रत्येक पेपरको लागि हुन्छ. And then there is a report for every exam session. No, there's a report for every exam session. So I've picked up one or two, you know, resources. I'll show you that as well, you know. So I've picked up examiner reports 1 and examiner report 2. Yeah, so I'll go through examiner report 1 first. So this is the examiner report we're talking about. So this is for financial accounting, you know, as well. So it will talk about the good areas, you know, the good areas or the most you know, solve areas, जुन कन्टेन्टमा चाहिँ जुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ विद्यार्थीले राम्रो गरे अनि कुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ विद्यार्थीले राम्रो गर्न सकेन भनेर चाहिँ देखाउँछ हजुर. And then you will try to, you know, solve you questions, you know, कसरी अप्रोच गर्न सकिन्छ त्यो क्वेशन्सहरुलाई चाहिँ, त्यो डिफिकल्ट क्वेशन्सहरुलाई चाहिँ जहाँ विद्यार्थीहरुले चाहिँ धेरै मिस्टेक्सहरु गर्छन् त्यसमा चाहिँ कुन अप्रोचले गर्दा चाहिँ you will be better off, you know, in your examination भनेर देखाउँछ. So we will talk about the performance of the students, भनेको roughly कतिजना majority of the students ले राम्रो गरे कि गरेनन् भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ देखाउँछ. So apart from that, good thing about examiner's report for the applied knowledge level को लागि चाहिँ examiner's report मा चाहिँ you will talk about the type of questions you can get. भनेको let's say example number entry हुन सक्छ, multiple choice question हुन सक्छ, hotspot हुन सक्छ, or other type of questions, you know, the type of questions you will be getting. So त्यो हिसाबले चाहिँ then it will give you an example of, you know, where students are likely to make mistakes. So I'll show you a different extract on where the students are likely to make mistakes, and then how you can, you know, overcome that भन्ने कुरा पनि पछि म देखाउँदै छु. So but this is the examiner's report I'm talking about. You should you know, you shouldn't miss this, you know. So for every, you know, ACCA students who are looking to prepare for exams, you shouldn't miss this, because this is you know, a very this is one of the most, you know, important resource we've got. So we'll talk about this. I'll go through this. There are questions. So प्रत्येक examination session मा आउँछ. It is talking about 2015 to 18. तर every exam session पछि चाहिँ there will be a examiner's report.
Okay. So यो चाहिँ जो चाहिँ एक्जाममा बसेपछि उनीहरूले कमन मिस्टेक्स गर्ने के छन् त्यसमा चाहिँ जेनरलाइज भएर चाहिँ मेजोरिटीलाई चाहिँ फोकस गर्ने हिसाबमा चाहिँ दे पब्लिश द रिपोर्ट, राइट?
हजुर. So I'll show you extract. My extract देखाउँछु. So extract देखाउँछु, and then यो extract चाहिँ, you know, how useful is examiner's report भनेर देखाउँछ. So this is a question, you know, this is a you know, part of the examiner report from December 2019 taxation UK exam. So I've taken example 2 and example 2 ले चाहिँ, so question चाहिँ के सोधेको छ भन्दा चाहिँ what is the amount of annual allowance charge to be added to NIHAM's taxable income for the tax year 2018-19. So it is asking about annual allowance charge. So अब के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ, so what it has tried to show is, you know, अलिकति म question पढेन or राम्रोसँग बुझेन question, or you know, the you know, types of the type of question students are more likely to struggle on, or you know, answer it wrongly भन्ने देखाउँछ यसले चाहिँ. So what is the amount of annual allowance charge भनेर सोधेको हुन्छ, तर the answer to the question is 75,000 हो, answer चाहिँ 75,000 हो, and then most of the students answered 25,000 answer गरे. So there's a difference between annual allowance charge र annual, you know, allowance भन्ने चाहिँ there's a difference to it. So सबैले स्टुडेन्ट्सहरुले के गरे भन्दा चाहिँ instead of answering for annual allowance charge, they answer it for annual allowance. So annual allowance कति हुन्छ भनेर सोध्यो भने चाहिँ then it is 25,000, but annual allowance charge कति हो भनेर सोध्यो भने चाहिँ 75,000. So it reflects on, you know, the type of mistakes you are, you know, likely to
have. Okay.
So त्यो प्रत्येक सेसनमा हुन्छ. Then there's examples you can refer to, and then prepare yourself accordingly, you know, yourself accordingly to not make those mistakes, you know. So sometimes what happens is, you know, it's not only about, you know, knowing the right question, right answer to the question. So answer right जान्नु भन्दा पनि the wrong approach पनि जान्यो भने चाहिँ then I will not go through that wrong approach. So wrong approach नगइसकेपछि there's more likely chances that you'll have a right answer at your disposal.
So it's better to read the questions twice or maybe like thrice before you start solving those. I think
Yes, and
this
then
would be the better approach.
yeah, and then refer back to those examiner's report. So just in case you know the type of mistakes you're likely to make,
Likely
and
to
then
make, yeah, so
you know those vulnerable areas, those
yep.
vulnerable areas. And then other good thing about other um, advice on this examiner's report would be, more I would list down all the examiner's report and then compare it session by session. I think it is beneficial.
Beneficial.
प्रत्येक examiners report list down गर्ने and then compare गर्न सकिन्छ. And examiner चाहिँ so key theme चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ students are likely to make mistake on the same same question again and again and again. So धेरै पटक त्यही कुरा डिस्कस गरेको हुन्छ examiner report मा. So students are making mistakes on this part of the syllabus. त्यही कुरा गरेको हुन्छ and then you refer back to another examiner report. त्यही कुरामा नै हुन्छ के. So examiner report refer गरियो भने चाहिँ we might avoid making those mistakes.
Those problems. Okay. So I think examiner's report चाहिँ सबैले watch out टै गर्नुपर्ने चाहिँ एकदम important content चाहिँ रहन्छ.
Yes. So I think that clearly explains the examiner
about
reports.
The examiner's report. Okay.
So I'll move on to technical
technical articles.
Yes, technical articles, podcast, study support videos. So the technical articles, podcast, and study support videos. So पहिले चाहिँ भनेको ACCA को resource section मा जाने भने चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ it talks only about technical articles, so podcast, study support videos. तर within that technical articles, to technical articles click गरे भने चाहिँ within that technical articles their podcast, study support videos. So पहिले कस्तो हुन्थ्यो भन्दा चाहिँ they were not the articles would be handwritten articles मात्रै हुन्थ्यो. There were no podcast or support videos त्यो technical articles भित्र. But I think it's good ACCA has put those resources in the technical articles tab itself. So there's some notable and useful content. So articles related to the syllabus content, right? Syllabus content or very powerful resource, the important resource, technical articles भित्र. I think it should have been under the examiner's report, but technical articles भित्र नै के दिएको छ भन्दा चाहिँ it talks about a guide on how to use examiner report. मैले examiner report चाहिँ कसरी use गर्न सक्छु भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ there's a technical article on how to use the examiner's report त्यहाँभित्र छ. And then there's articles on how to prepare for exams. There's articles on content areas of the syllabus. एउटा भयो. अर्को चाहिँ not to miss is the read the mind of the marker. Read the mind of the marker भन्ने चाहिँ एउटा content छ. So don't miss that, read the mind of the marker. And then there's videos on how to earn professional marks. We'll talk about professional marks as a content itself. Professional marks as a content itself. We'll talk about.
So the technical articles say basically does it cover all the content or especially confusing र most हुन्छ नि unanswers topic मा चाहिँ त्यो articles भइरा हुन्छ. For example, F3 paper मा there are like more than 10-15 chapters हुन्छ. त्यो सबै chapter को each technical article हुन्छ कि or हुन्छ नि जुनमा चाहिँ कुन confusing छ वा जुन चाहिँ अलि important छ त्यसमा चाहिँ लेखेको हुन्छ.
It picks on the important area of syllabus, okay. And then the area of syllabus you are likely to make mistakes.
Okay.
And then there's videos on how to earn professional marks for strategic professional level. अरूको लागि चाहिँ apply knowledge, apply skills को students लाई त्यति फाइदा नहोला. तर there's videos on how to earn professional marks. So,
and we will be going to talk about this on next slide, right?
Yes. There's a different slide on how to use professional marks, how to earn professional marks as well. So I'll go through two link on technical articles to show you what it is all about.
Okay, sure.
So this is again taxation UK. So taxation UK. So what kind of resources are there on these technical articles? So It talks about
share भएको छैन.
Okay, I'm sharing that now. So you switch गर्न चाहिँ अलिकति गाह्रो रहेछ. So every time I have to share a new slide. So this is technical articles for taxation exam, UK taxation exam, and your technical articles मा चाहिँ के cover हुन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ I'm trying to show you. So there's so many contents on chargeable gains, part 2, group accounting in context of taxation. So there will be questions, there will be examples of questions, solution to them, and then how you are likely to make mistakes भन्ने कुराहरु पनि त्यसमा पनि दिएको हुन्छ. And then there's so many contents, and then तल गइसकेपछि taxation variant exam हामीलाई त्यति काम नलाग्ला. तर if you go down, there's study support videos. So advice for students retaking exams. So retake गर्ने exam विद्यार्थीहरुलाई चाहिँ advice छ videos, and then there's exam technique को कुराहरु छ, and then key advice on passing F6, and then a guide to examiner report मैले भने जस्तो. So how can you use the examiner report भन्ने एउटा guide हुन्छ, and then a guide to reflection for retake students. So त्यो कन्टेन्टहरु छ. So we need to पहिले कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा त्यो जनरली आर्टिकल्स मात्रै नै हुन्थ्यो. त्यो आर्टिकल्स मात्रै भएको कारणले गर्दा चाहिँ पहिले हामी when we started doing ACCA technical articles हेरेर चाहिँ we used to guess questions के कस्तो भन्दा. So if recently published articles चाहिँ मेरो एक्जाममा आउन सक्ने चान्सेस छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ we used to prepare for that. So technical articles मा चाहिँ you need to keep an eye on, always keep an eye on. So
kind of guess paper जस्तै थियो.
Guess paper, not relying on that. फेरि मैले फेरि चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै त्यहाँ टेक्निकल आर्टिकल्समा आएको कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ ठ्याक्कै एक्जाममा आउँछ भनेको होइन. तर त्यसै एक्जाम्पलको लागि चाहिँ पहिले पेपर बेस्ड एक्जाम्सहरु हुँदा चाहिँ गेस्ट स्पिकिङको हिसाबले चाहिँ टेक्निकल आर्टिकल्समा चाहिँ अलिकति फोकस सबैमा गर्नुपर्छ. तर पनि if it is a recent technical articles, there might be more chances भन्ने कुरा मात्र.
And also I think like referring to technical articles will just broaden your concept towards particular content as well.
Yes. So अर्को technical articles चाहिँ this is from taxation exam as well. It talks about adjustment of profit. So adjustment of profit भनेको self employment income मा चाहिँ when you have to use accounting profit and then adjust it to a taxable profit त्यो कुरा गर्छ. And then it will show you steps to be taken, important part of the examining team as well. कुन एरिया सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ कुन टपिक चाहिँ विद्यार्थीहरूले मिस गर्न सक्छन्, कुन क्वेशन्सहरु चाहिँ मिस गर्न सक्छन् भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ देखाउँछ. And then it will show you how to calculate a tax adjusted profit.
Okay.
So you should refer to those as well. अनि त्यो बाहेक तलको भिडियो कन्टेन्ट्स आर भेरी पावरफुल हैन. भिडियो कन्टेन्ट्स एकदमै पावरफुल हुन्छ. इट हेल्प्स यु रिमेम्बर वेल पनि हैन. So there's lot of videos on ACCA technical articles area. So use that as well. So I'll go back to my slides again.
Sir, just a quick question. Your technical article examiner report saying last minute preparation भन्दाखेरि पनि thoroughly हुन्छ नि when you start reading from chapter 1 त्यो सँगसँगै लाग्दाखेरि चाहिँ better utilization हुन्छ.
I think advice को हिसाबले चाहिँ there is no last minute preparation for ACCA के ACCA को लागि चाहिँ last minute preparation भन्ने चाहिँ हुँदैन. So it is the ongoing process. Once you start गरेदेखि नै चाहिँ you should start researching on what are the contents available. So hopefully this video will help as well, where to find the resources, how to use the resources. But there's nothing like last minute preparation for ACCA.
Okay.
So you should start from the beginning, but refer to every possible content. At the end, I will talk about some resources you shouldn't miss, right? You shouldn't miss. You should refer to as much content as possible.
So, but you shouldn't miss this in particular.
Yes, I'll give you some guidance on what not to miss. So
Sure.
stay tuned, everyone. And then now, specimen and past exam papers. So specimen exams. This is a very tricky term for us probably. Specimen भन्दा बित्तिकै what is specimen जस्तो हुन्छ. Easier to understand. हामी मोडल क्वेशन्स भनेर बुझ्छौँ नि जुन हामी चाहिँ मोडल क्वेशन्स हो, त्यो मोडल क्वेशन भनेकै स्पेसिमेन एक्जाम हो. सो स्पेसिमेन पेपर भनेको स्पेसिमेन एक्जाम भनेको चाहिँ मोडल क्वेशन हो. And then there's specimen exam, which is a model question, and then we got past paper based exams, past exams library. So past paper based exams, there's content on past paper based exams. Sabai past paper based exams haruko pani euta link छ त्यहाँ specimen past exam papers मा. And then अर्को चाहिँ CB, अहिले जुन CB स्टार्ट भयो, CB को लागि पनि there's past exams paper for CB. So अब past paper exams are, past paper based exams, are they really useful in terms of, taking CB exams? Yes. Okay. म त अहिले CB exam दिने हो, so I don't really need to refer to past paper based exams भन्ने जस्तो लाग्छ. Preparation को हिसाबले, past paper based exams are equally useful. You should refer to them. अनि अलिकति धेरै नै पुरानो past paper भयो भने चाहिँ they are in under the past exams library tab. So past exams library tab मा पनि छ. अब म past paper exams refer गर्दा चाहिँ एउटा क्वेशन प्र्याक्टिस त भयो, क्वेशन प्र्याक्टिस त म गर्छु नै past paper based exams को हिसाबले. अर्को चाहिँ म के गर्छु भन्दा चाहिँ I refer back to marking guide पनि. मार्किङ गाइड पनि एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ. सो कस्तो हुन्छ, म past paper exams टर्न आउट गरेर चाहिँ and then I practice past papers, past questions. तर I miss the marking guide part. Marking guide part चाहिँ एकदम इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ. I'll show you a link on marking guide and how you can use it. And then specimen exam past papers, I'll show you that as well. So I'll go back to marking guide first. Marking guide मा चाहिँ how you can use marking guide भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ how you can prepare using marking guide भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ I'll go back to marking guide. I'll share you the screen in a while.
So before moving further, एउटा question आइज past किनकि अब ACCA को कन्टेन्टहरु त एभ्री टाइम चेन्जेस भइरहेको हुन्छ नि त. I mean like maybe like some taxation मा कुनै एउटा ल वा कुनै इन पर्टिकुलर कुनै रुल्स एन्ड रेगुलेसन चेन्जेस भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ पास्ट पेपरलाई रिफर गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यसमा चाहिँ कुनै किसिमको प्रब्लम चाहिँ आउँछ कि आउँदैन?
You should be really careful in terms of using past paper exams or past questions for exams like taxation. Taxation को लागि चाहिँ you should be really careful because रेट्सहरु चेन्जेस भएको हुन्छ, त्यसै अनुसार चाहिँ त्यो रेट्सहरु रिफ्लेक्ट भएको चाहिँ हुँदैन हाम्रो past paper exams मा. तर solution to that is referring to your revision kit instead of past exam papers. त्यो एउटा छ. त्यो बाहेक past exam paper बाट चाहिँ अर्को एउटा लिन सक्ने रिसोर्सको हिसाबले चाहिँ you know the type of content is asked, the type of questions that will be asked in the exams. So हिसाबले चाहिँ tax को युज गर्दा चाहिँ you should be careful. तर त्यो बाहेक अरु पेपर को लागि चाहिँ past paper exams मा content change भयो भन्दैमा चाहिँ referring back to those content भनेको चाहिँ past paper exams चाहिँ harm चाहिँ हुँदैन. There's so much relevant topic पनि हुन्छ. So एकदम old topic भयो भने चाहिँ you should miss those out and you should not refer to them. But त्यति धेरै worried हुनुपर्ने कुरा छैन. तर taxation को लागि चाहिँ or advanced taxation को लागि चाहिँ use गर्दा चाहिँ very careful हुनुपर्छ.
भनेर चाहिँ before referring to the past exam चाहिँ as a student back of mind चाहिँ मलाई थाहा हुनु पर्यो कि कुन चाहिँ कन्टेन्टमा म एसेस हुनु लागेको छु अनि त्यो कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ त्यसमा छ कि छैन वा त्यो भन्दा बाहेकको छ भने चाहिँ त्यसलाई चाहिँ नेग्लेक्ट गरेर चाहिँ जुन चाहिँ कन्टेन्ट चाहिँ मा चाहिँ एक्जाम अब म दिन लागेको छु त्यसमा चाहिँ बढी फोकस हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ आई थिंक इट वुड बी बेटर.
I think tax को back I think there's nothing to worry about, taxation. Sure. In some case law पनि हुन सक्छ तर law पनि त्यति धेरै चेन्जेसहरु चाहिँ आउँदैन. But taxation is one paper you should be really careful about. Next, marking guides मा आएको थिए. So I've shared your screen. You must be getting that.
Yeah. गरेछ
सो मार्किङ गाइड्स भनेको मैले प्र्याक्टिस गर्छु क्वेसन्सहरू हेर्छु तर आई डोन्ट रियली रिफर टु मार्किङ गाइड्स के हो सो अब यो मार्किङ गाइड ओर मार्किङ स्किम रिफर गर्दा चाहिँ देन आई विल हेभ एन आइडिया अन हाउ मच टु राइट हो कति लेख्ने भन्ने कुरा अनि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ यो सिलेबस एरियाबाट चाहिँ यो टपिकमा चाहिँ कति मार्क्सको जति क्वेसन्सहरू आउन सक्छ ओर हाउ मच मार्क्स डु आई गेट फर क्यालकुलेटिङ एनिथिङ भनेको लेट्स एक्जाम्पलको लागि चाहिँ यो क्वेसन यसमा चाहिँ पर्सनल अलाउन्स क्यालकुलेट गरेको चाहिँ हाफ मार्क्स आउँछ सो यु नो कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ यु हेभ एक्सपेक्टेसन कति मार्क्सको मैले लेख्नुपर्छ कति मार्क्सको चाहिँ यो सोधेको हुनसक्छ भनेको एक्जामको बेलामा चाहिँ यस्तो डिटेलली त सोधेको हुँदैन प्रत्येकको कति मार्क्स भनेर त सोधेको हुँदैन तर के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ मैले यसमा रिफर गरेँ भने चाहिँ यो मार्किङ गाइड्समा रिफर गरेँ भने देन आई विल हेभ अ रफ आइडिया अन how much marks are allocated. So त्यसै अनुसार चाहिँ I can plan my answers or I can plan my answer and plan my in-depth of the answers as well. So referring back to marking guides, so past paper exams but you should take those past paper exams questions and then practice them. But
okay
at the same time you should refer to marking guide and then see how marks are allocated हो मार्क्स चाहिँ कसरी गेन गर्न सकिन्छ इजी मार्क्स कसरी गेन गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने कुराहरु पनि देखिन्छ सो and then in terms of taxation exams so I think क्लासेसहरुमा पनि I think टिचर्सहरुले पनि भनिराख्नु भयो होला त्यसैले चाहिँ referring writing zero as well so कुनै कुरा चाहिँ एडजस्टमेन्ट नभएको भए पनि if you show that it's not no need to adjust anything about it so त्यसमा पनि मार्क्सहरु छ so कहाँ कुन एरियाजहरुमा चाहिँ मार्क्स छ कसरी एलोकेट भएको छ भन्ने पनि देखिन्छ त्यसबाट
सर अनि एसीसीए मा चाहिँ एउटा स्टेप अफ मार्किङ भन्ने पनि छ नि त्यो पनि स्टुडेन्ट शुडन्ट मिस आउट जस्तो लाग्छ जस्तै इफ यु आर डुइङ द एफआर एक्जाम्स एन्सर्स नमिले पनि इफ यु आर डुइङ द राइट थिङ राइट प्रोसेस भयो भने पनि त्यो माथिको एन्सर्स रङ भयो भने त्यसमा चाहिँ मार्किङ हुँदैन तर त्यो त्यही एन्सर्स चाहिँ लाई युज बनाएर चाहिँ प्रोसेस राइट छ भने पछि फेरि त्यसमा त मार्किङ हुन्छ नि त सो
yes exactly so I've said you marking guide and then also show you specimen exam past papers link पनि कहाँ छ त link भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ is it still sharing
अहिले छैन सर yeah
so taxation exam select गरे भने चाहिँ ACCA resources अनि taxation exam select गरे भने चाहिँ and then UK taxation select गरे भने चाहिँ there is this एउटा CB specimen exam छ and then you got CB past exams and then you got CB question practice
okay
I'll talk about CB question practice in a while and then there's paper past exams and paper specimen exams also there's so much content on past exams so अर्को चाहिँ CB question practice चाहिँ go back to the slides so there's CB practice भनेको चाहिँ त्यो जुन हामी long question भन्छौं or constructed response questions भन्छौं हो त्यो constructed response question को लागि चाहिँ extra practice material पनि छ so I can practice on the extra constructed response questions हरु चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ त्यही जसरी एक्जाममा आउँछ क्वेशन्सहरु अनि जसरी चाहिँ वर्कबुकहरु हुन्छ or स्प्रेडशीट्स हुन सक्छ or word processing हुन सक्छ त्यसै अनुसारले चाहिँ you can practice those questions भनेर चाहिँ extra constructed response question हुन्छ so that is CB question practice so CB को नयाँ questions practice गर्न पनि in addition to in addition to past exams paper I can practice those questions in the format as in the exams पनि छ so you got so much
यो CB question practice गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ जुन सिनेरियोमा गर्छ नि त्यो चाहिँ रियल एक्जाम सिनेरियोमै हुन्छ
so it will केही डिफरेन्ट छ भने it will तिमीलाई त्यही CB question practice को प्लेटफर्ममा जाँदा चाहिँ तिमीलाई भनेको हुन्छ this will be different from real exam भनेर चाहिँ so होइन भने चाहिँ I think around 90% 95% चाहिँ सिमिलर प्लेटफर्म नै हुन्छ
So the question जब to practice गर्छ नि do you need to pay or it's
No,
easily?
these are most of the resources, most of all of the resources I'll be talking about are free resources for you to use.
Okay.
कुनै resources like pay गर्नुपर्छ भने I think there's 1 or 2 resources we'll talk about जुन pay गर्नु पर्ने हुन सक्छ. त्यो pay गर्नुपर्ने content छ भने चाहिँ, and then I'll tell you, this is a not a free of cost content भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ म कुरा गर्छु.
हुन्छ सर.
I'll go back to the slides again, right?
So presentation को दौरान नै I would like to request all the participants त्यो माथि चाहिँ poll question छ त्यो question चाहिँ गर्दै गर्नु हुन चाहिँ I would like to request.
So we finished specimen past exam papers. Now ACCA CB session workspace. So अघि जुन workspace कुरा गरेको छु त्यो workspace चाहिँ questions practice को लागि हो. This is a blank workspace. This is a blank workspace for you to practice your questions. So practice questions practice गरेर चाहिँ. So normally चाहिँ अब so when CB session started, CB started के भयो भन्दा चाहिँ these types of material where these types of resources were एकदम lack गर्थ्यो, and then when you practice question you had to practice in Excel or Word हो त्यस्तो हुन्थ्यो. तर this content you can practice your questions, you can take a screenshot and then send to your tutor for marking or anything. So I'll show you a link to that.
Sir, I think screen share भइरहेछ.
I'm sharing the screen now.
Okay, sure.
So I'll go CB specimen. मैले सबैको लिङ्कहरु I will share you. You can drop in your email त्यहाँ chatमा, and then I can share you the link and then slides as well, everything later on. So constructed response workspace. This is what I'm talking about. Constructed response workspace गयो भने चाहिँ there you can if you have a question from if you have a question from the revision kit, and then you want to practice it or
okay.
Any other questions you want to practice it so this is a workspace. So you can type in here एउटा word processing पनि छ अनि spreadsheetsहरु पनि छ. So for you to practice your questions. So exam मा पनि यही
same format
मा same layout मा नै questions हरु सोधेको हुन्छ. On the left side you will have questions, and then on the right side you will be given a workspace, and then you will type your answers. So एउटा यो word processing भयो, and then you got spreadsheet as well. I'll show you the spreadsheet part as well. Navigator. There's around 15 workspace, and then there's a pre-formatted for audit risk questions. Audit ko lagi pre-formatted also. So where you type in the audit risk and then the response in together, so plus, and then there's spreadsheet as well. I'll show you spreadsheets. So this gives you an idea on what to expect when you go to the exams, and then make yourself familiar with all these tools you will be getting. So and then practice your questions. Best way to do is take screenshots. Screenshot लिन मिल्छ, screenshot लिने, and then you can send it to your tutor for marking. And then this is very useful.
So these formats are identical to the exam scenario.
Yes, almost identical. So we'll talk about other workspaces. Workspace virtual learning centers also, and then CB practice platforms. We'll talk about this as well.
Sure.
And then, so I'll go back to sharing the
slides.
So we talk about CB session workspace. Next, CB practice platform. So CV practice platform, I think ACCA ले लन्च गरेको चाहिँ धेरै भएको छैन. I think this was launched around around December last year, December for strategic professional level, and then around January February for skill level, applied skills level. And then there are talks on making it available for applied knowledge level as well. So अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ CV practice platform, you can use it for strategic professional, any applied skills. So what you can do in this CV practice platform is what practice specimen exams. So paper based होइन, this is about CV session exams को कुराहरु गरेको छु. So all CV specimen exams or specimen papers मैले के गर्न सक्छु भन्दा चाहिँ त्यो वर्क स्पेसमा गएर चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ अघिको क्वेशनमा चाहिँ it was a blank workspace हो, it was a blank workspace, it didn't give you questions or anything. तर यसमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा you will have questions on the left, and then you type in, and then you give answers to that questions. एउटा CV specimen exam पनि मैले गर्न पाएँ, त्यहाँ प्र्याक्टिस गर्न पाएँ. अर्को चाहिँ पास्ट एक्जाम्स पनि प्रिपेयर गर्न पाएँ हो, पास्ट CV एक्जाम्स. अनि यसले चाहिँ इट रेप्लिकेट्स द लाइभ एक्जाम हो. CV वर्क स्पेसले चाहिँ रेप्लिकेट नगर्न सक्छ, बिकज तर दिस CV प्र्याक्टिस प्लेटफर्म इज कन्स्टेन्टली अपडेटेड. सो यसले चाहिँ इट गिभ्स यु रियल फिल अफ द लाइभ एक्जाम. There's a support video on how to use this platform, कसरी युज गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने. There's a support video. I'll share you the link to that support video, and you can watch it in your free time. And I'll show you the practice area, how practice platform looks like, and then how you can use it. So CV practice platform चाहिँ अर्को best part is you can link your CV practice platform. तिमीले युज गर्ने, you have to access this CV practice platform through your my ACCA login. तर त्यो practice platform लाई पनि के गर्न सकिन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ learning provider सँग चाहिँ लिंक गर्न सकिन्छ. So if learning provider has the access to it as well, so CV practice platform access छ भने चाहिँ you can link that CV platform you got to your learning provider to get the maximum benefit. So benefit कस्तो आउँछ भन्दा चाहिँ then your tutor can assign you assignments on the CV format, or even on objective questions, or assignments दिन सक्छ. You can type in your questions and send it for marking, and then regularly के हुन सक्छ भन्दा tutor ले चाहिँ के हुन सक्छ भन्दा your performance, how you are doing on the practice questions, how you are presenting your question answers भन्ने कुराहरुमा पनि then examiners tutors लाई चाहिँ clear idea हुन सक्छ. So you should ask your learning provider, so all learning providers I think have access to it now. So I think lockdown start हुनु भन्दा अलिकति अगाडि मात्रै I think सबै learning provider सँग access थियो. So you should ask your learning provider to link you to the CV practice platform. So I'll show you how it looks like, and then how you can use it.
So basically through this platform students and the tutor or the ALPs can link अनि assignments देखि लिएर वा कुनै पर्टिकुलर टपिकमा क्वेशन्सहरु रेज गर्न चाहिँ यसको थ्रुबाट चाहिँ सब स्टुडेन्ट्सलाई जानि भयो. So it's like a Moodle, right?
Like a Moodle, तर कस्तो भन्दा अहिलेसम्म कस्तो भन्दा मैले CV क्वेशन प्र्याक्टिस गर्न पाएन रियल लाइफ सिनारियोमा, जहिले पनि पेपरमा लेखेर गर्नु पर्यो, or असाइनमेन्ट गर्दा पनि पेपर बेस्ड हुनु पर्यो भन्ने चाहिँ त्यो प्रब्लम पनि सल्भ गर्यो. Okay, I'm logging into the practice platform. I'll give you a link on all this. Don't worry about it.
So it would be better if you just type in your email address in this message, so we can share it later.
So is the screen sharing now? Yeah. So this is the CV practice platform. So on the CV practice platform, एउटा के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ I can self assign my questions. मैले क्वेशनहरु आफैले असाइन गर्न मिल्छ as a student, and then I can work on those assigned material myself. So मैले क्वेशन्सहरु assign गरे, and then I can write answers to it on the CV practice platform itself. So Word or spreadsheets मा use गरेर मैले answer लेख्न सक्छु एउटा, or practice those specimen exams or practice those past exams एउटा त्यो भयो. And then I can be assigned materials, or I can be assigned assignments or taxed by the learning provider or the tutors. So यो केसमा you'll have two options. So you'll have two options. One, if you see on the top, there is assigned material. So assigned material भनेको चाहिँ if you have been assigned by a learning provider or a tutor, and then you have self-assigned material. So this is something you have assigned yourself, so I've assigned myself a past paper exam for AA. So I can assign my past paper exams, and I can,
and ask the students to solve them, and so that you can later on
yes,
recheck and mark them accordingly.
So, and then there's a blank workspace as well. You do past exams paper, and then still, that link, I gave you for earlier, जहाँ चाहिँ workspace, blank workspace छ, त्यो blank workspace को feature यहाँ पनि छ, so you can use it here as well. So, and then के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ म self marking गर्न मिल्छ. I can mark myself, or the tutor can mark, and then your performance हेर्न मिल्छ. ट्युटरले कस्तो पर्फर्म गरिरहेको छ, कुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ you are doing great, कुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ you are weak, and कुन सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ you need to work on भन्ने कुराहरू चाहिँ देखाउँछ यसले चाहिँ. So a very, very powerful, and very, valuable content. And then कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ tutor can set questions पनि, कि आफ्नै question set गर्न पनि मिल्छ. Tutor can set the questions and then send it to students, to solve those questions, and then students can, send it for tutors to mark. Even workspace questions, multiple choice questions, or objective questions, just the questions you can set,
Okay.
So that's CV practice platform for you.
So you're saying it's a new idea, new style of practicing पनि हो, plus यो चाहिँ भर्खरै मात्र आगो भएर पनि I think most of the students haven't get access to it as well.
So I think भर्खर access पाएको छ, I think learning providerहरूले पनि, and then for you to practice, you can practice yourself as well. And there are link गर्नको लागि, then learning provider have to set up their CV practice platform as well on themselves. So त्यो गर्न अलिकति टाइम लाग्ला, तर for now you can practice and then use it, right?
So we can see the better days of CV.
Yes. So CV practice platform, that's for you. ठिक छ. अरु क्वेशन के छ कि त्यसमा?
अरु चाहिँ सर, because यो used to पनि भएको छैन, so it's a new thing. So maybe once use भएपछि चाहिँ it would make most out of it.
ठिक छ.
So if you all the participants, if you have any questions, just type in and just send this to us. So I would be asking him.
Now next is learning community and study groups. So learning community and study groups, I think most of you don't know about this. Learning community and study group चाहिँ यो चाहिँ ACCA को community मा चाहिँ you can join in, and then you can interact among the study groups, communities, and there's live भनेको group study groups हुन्छ. Let's say for specific paper भनेको F8 को लागि study groups हुन्छ. I can ask the questions there. Questions ask गर्न सक्छु, मलाई नबुझेको कुराहरू सोध्न सक्छु, and then a tutor will reply to you, or a moderator will reply to you, or even your friends can help you on answering those questions. So this is a worldwide community. You can have a study group among yourself as well. Study group हामी दुई चार जना मिलेर, or कलेज मिलेर चाहिँ कलेजको F8 पढ्ने विद्यार्थी or F7 पढ्ने विद्यार्थीको चाहिँ एउटा स्टडी ग्रुप बनाऊ भन्ने मिल्छ. And then you can add other students from all over the world, and study groups and communities. And there's live learning as well, live learning room events. So live learning room events मा चाहिँ someone will come and then teach you online, give you online learning on resources, certain topics को लागि चाहिँ तिमीले चाहिँ online गर्न पनि हुन्छ. And then there's a calendar on calendar साइडमा एउटा calendar छ. त्यो calendarले you can see if there's any online learning available at the moment, and then in the future as well. So त्यो questions raise गर्न सकिन्छ, अनि expertly answer गर्न सकिन्छ. And then there's groups and community for a specific paper. I'll show you the link to that learning community as well.
सर यसमा चाहिँ frequency of response चाहिँ कति छ? Like when you just type in and questions raise गरेपछि त्यसको response वा solution चाहिँ कति days मा आउँछ, वा if it is like
So
it takes long time, then it won't be
no,
useful this karanle
no,
garda चाहिँ
no, in a maximum of two days, you know, for an expert to, you know, answer your queries.
Okay, so I
So
think
I'll
that would
share
be
you the learning community, you know. So I'll show you a learning community. I'm trying to find the community link, but I'm not been able
it's
to.
on the top, sir.
Okay. So this is the learning community. Okay, there's chat question appearing for it. So this is a learning community I'm talking about. Learning community there's 3% to it: community, discover, and then learning room. So community there's different types of community study groups, or certain papers ko lagi study groups, some area ko lagi study groups. On the discover part, you can discover any study groups around you.
Okay.
You can put in Kathmandu, Nepal, and then or wherever you are to click on it, you can find if there are any study groups or study buddies around you. And then there's learning room. On the learning room, what you can do is on the live events, live online classes I'm talking about, those will be shown on the learning room. So I'll go to the community. So I'll go to the community. You need to be logged in. So more logged in already too. So you can use your My ACCA to log in. So you need to be logged in.
247 online means they are. If you ask question, then they might solve.
So there's yes. So 247 online means there's 247 people online, and there are 69,238 members in this group. So
altogether.
Altogether. So there's a specific group for F7, F9, P2, P4. There's so many student groups. You can ask questions. You can interact with those groups, and then again you have support for ACCA students linked to it. SBL handbook so there's so much discussions, and then you can participate on discussion and then use it. And then there's learning room. Learning room there's no live learning अहिले नै छैन, तर पछि जति बेला लाइभ लर्निङ आउँछ इट विल बी सोन हियर यो सिलेबस एरियामा यो पेपरको लागि चाहिँ लाइभ लर्निङ छ भनेर देखाउँछ. And then the other one is discover. You can discover bodies around you. You can discover study groups around you by putting on the location and then searching for study groups.
Okay. So basically यसको SS चाहिँ कसरी पाउँछ? So can you use the registration ID for the ACCA?
Yes. So it's a simple thing. I'll give you a link. Learning ACCA learning community भनेर type गर्यो भने चाहिँ it will take you to the link. It will ask you to put in your ACCA registration number and your date of birth, and then you can register yourself.
So is it the new one or यो पहिलेदेखि थियो वा हामीलाई त्यो थाहा नभएर?
I think it's been around 1 year भइसक्यो, I think.
Okay.
So that's learning community and study groups. Retake guides. Next is retake guides. So this retake guides भनेको चाहिँ mainly चाहिँ जो स्टुडेन्ट चाहिँ अलरेडी एकपटक एक्जाम दियो, कुनै एउटा एक्जाम दियो and then fail भयो भने चाहिँ how do you go about your revision, how do you start revising, and how do you process further भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ retake guides हुन्छ. You have retake guides for every single paper, and then it will give you a guidance on how to plan on retaking that paper, and then how to plan to prepare resources or कहाँको छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ. So designed to help you understand where you went wrong. So पहिले चाहिँ के कुरामा रङ गरिएछ भन्ने एउटा गाइडेन्स पनि दिन्छ, and then अर्को गाइडेन्स चाहिँ के दिन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ how you should approach when you next time take your exam भनेर. So तीन basic theme मा जान्छ, and then it will talk about reflect, plan and question practice. पहिला reflect गर्ने. So what went wrong in your previous exam, एउटा reflect गर्ने, and then you plan for your next exam. अब दिने नयाँ exam you plan, and then you do questions practice. So there's a student study plan checklist, एउटा study plan जस्तो calendar जस्तो पनि दिएको छ, and then there's a link to resources as well. I'll show you an example of retake guide.
Okay, sure.
So there's a retake guide here. Is it on?
No? Not yet, sir.
You see here. Retake guide. This is a retake guide. So this is a retake guide for, you know, financial accounting. Financial accounting, it talks about plan, prepare, and pass. So plan garni, prepare garni, and then pass your exams. So if you have, you know, so it takes the plan, prepare, and pass, and then तीनवटा टिममा reflect गर्ने what went wrong on your last exam, and then you plan for your next exam. You plan for your next exam, and then you do your question practice. So I'll show you what's in there. So it will talk about, you know, what went wrong on your last exam. So what kind of, you know, you can click in, and then okay, I'll show you on the next slides. And then so if it is a marginal fail, or marginal fail is between 45 to 49%, are you marginal fail, or did you fail with a very low marks, or so did you struggle with answers, did you run out of time? So it will ask you, you know, what happened on your last exam, and then it gives you guidance on how to plan. So have you identified where you went wrong last time? So if I click in, and then I can click in now. So I'll tick, okay, I have lack of knowledge, and then it will give you guidance on what to do now. Okay. Or if it was because of the poor exam taking, so mathiko information use गरेर what I identified is म पहिले fail भएको चाहिँ किन, or I didn't pass the exam because of, you know, this reason भनेर चाहिँ माथि identify गरे, and to identify गरेपछि it might be because of lack of knowledge, भनेको एउटा म knowledge छैन, or it's because of the poor exam technique. So you or both. So you tick one of those, and then it will give you guidance on, you know, what to do next. So click गर्दै जानुपर्छ. So it will give you guidance. So I won't go through that. So it will give you, you know, study plan checklist के गर्ने भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ there's a study plan checklist. So there's a study plan you can generate for yourself. So it will generate if you keep entering, and then you know, give your preferred time. Evening मा पढ्न सक्छौ, or daytime मा पढ्न सकिन्छ, revision गर्न सकिन्छ, and then it will give you the guidance as well. So then त्यसपछि question practice मा आउँछ. There's a lot of content to it, and then last मा गएर चाहिँ final tips चाहिन्छ. There is a checklist on if you have done enough, you know, to retake the exam. अब चाहिँ अर्को exam दिनको लागि चाहिँ ready छु भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ yes भनेर देखाउँछ. अर्को good thing about this retake guide is भनेको अब मैले certain यो जुन financial accounting F3 को लागि हेर्यो भने चाहिँ these are the resources I've got. हो सबै resources त छैन यहाँ, तर these are the resources I've got, अनि have I covered them भनेर पनि यो गर्न सकिन्छ. If you click to the link here, then it will redirect you to the resources itself. So retake guide को अर्को advantage चाहिँ, you know you got compilation of resources here as well. So that's retake guides.
Further retake guides.
Next, we go to our slides again.
I think it's examinable documents.
So retake guides छैन त, यो next.
Examinable documents, I guess.
So examinable documents. So examinable documents, this is a simple resource. Simple resource भन्नाले चाहिँ कस्तो भन्दा relevant legislation भनेको चाहिँ कुनै पेपरको लागि चाहिँ कुन के एरिया सिलेबस एरियामा चाहिँ कुन टाइमको लेजिस्लेसनहरु चाहिँ टेस्ट गर्छ, कुन IFRS हरु टेस्ट गर्न सक्छ. फर एक्जाम्पल लाइक फाइनान्शियल अकाउन्टिङ को लागि और फाइनान्शियल रिपोर्टिङ को लागि F3 F7 को लागि चाहिँ कुन IFRS टेस्ट गर्छ त एक्जाममा, एउटा त्यो हुन सक्छ. अर्को चाहिँ ट्याक्स को लागि चाहिँ कुन ट्याक्स वर्षको लागि चाहिँ क्वेशन्सहरु सोधिन्छ, यो सर्टेन एरियामा सर्टेन एक्जाम सेसनमा चाहिँ कुन सिलेबस एरिया और कुन ट्याक्स एक्टबाट चाहिँ क्वेशन आउँछ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यो गाइडेन्सहरु दिन्छ. and it will talk about anything has been removed, पहिलेको भन्दा अहिले रिमुभ गरेको छ भने पनि त्यो कुराहरू पनि गर्छ. So this keeps you updated with the syllabus. के सिलेबसमा के चेन्ज भएको छ भने चाहिँ it keeps you updated. ठीक छ, I'll go back and I'll show you a link to examinable documents. We are taking so much time.
Maybe it's there are many contents, so that's why it's but it would be productive once we go through that.
I'll show you the examinable documents. Simply show you the examinable documents, how it looks like. I'll share the screen first, right?
Sure, sir.
So, examinable documents. So this is examinable documents for financial accounting. So financial accounting ma चाहिँ के examinable के छ त अहिलेको September 2020 देखि August 2021 सम्मको लागि चाहिँ हो यहाँ डेट दिएको छ. यो डेट सम्मको लागि कुन एरियामा चाहिँ सिलेबसमा चाहिँ टेस्ट हुन्छ. IAS 1 टेस्ट हुन्छ फाइनान्शियल अकाउन्टिङमा हो. दिस इज फाइनान्शियल अकाउन्टिङ, दिस इज डिफरेन्ट अदर पेपर. सो IAS 1 IAS 2 IAS 7 टेस्ट हुन्छ भनेर देखाउँछ. ठीक छ,
ठीक छ सर.
that's examinable documents. So next is it shared there?
Yeah.
Student virtual learning center. फेरि अर्को एकदम लाइभ डेमो नै दिनुपर्ने एउटा स्टुडेन्ट भर्चुअल लर्निङ सेन्टर छ. सो स्टुडेन्ट भर्चुअल लर्निङ सेन्टर चाहिँ एउटा अघिको सिबी प्र्याक्टिस प्लेटफर्म जस्तै नै हो, तर इट्स अ बिट डिफरेन्ट. एउटा प्र्याक्टिस यो चाहिँ मुडल जस्तो भनौँ न. दिस इज मोर लाइक अ मुडल blackboard or something. Basic math and English modules. त्यहाँ चाहिँ we tend to ignore basic maths and English. आउँछ जस्तो लाग्छ, तर there's content on basic maths and English. यो चाहिँ in addition to BPP English for ACCA. Don't confuse this English module with BPP English for ACCA.
It's different.
It's different. So basic math and English modules, and then there is content for अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ financial reporting, audit and assurance, financial reporting, sorry, audit and assurance, SBR, AFM र APM को लागि चाहिँ रिसोर्सेसहरु छ, जहाँ चाहिँ तिमीसँग एउटा सेल्फ चेक क्विजेसहरु हुन्छ भनेको सर्ट क्वेशन्सहरु हुन्छ. and then will test you on if you have covered the syllabus, you know more, you know everything about the syllabus area मा चाहिँ तिमी कम्फर्टेबल छौ कि छैनौ भन्ने चाहिँ डिफरेन्ट टपिक एरिया की एरियाजहरुमा चाहिँ यसले टेस्ट गर्छ. अनि अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ FRAA, SBR, AFM र APM मात्रै छ, but there will be more content adding for other papers as well. So म अलिकति स्टुडेन्ट त्यो लिंकमा जान्छु and I'll show you what it is about, right? So I've logged in. No, you're not logged in. I've logged in. I'm to log in गर्छु, and then so this is the student virtual learning. Have you मैले शेयर गरेर ठीक छ है?
Sir, it's
so there's English test you can do, listening and reading test, so that will prepare you for exams, and then math test, that will prepare you for exam as well. And then there's get ready for your next ACCA exam. I'm going to click on this first. So there's financial reporting, strategic business reporting, advanced audit and assurance, advanced financial management, and advanced performance management. So यसमा चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ there's questions on syllabus areas. So I'll go into financial reporting. So म डबल एन्ट्री बुक किपिङ को क्वेशन्सहरु प्र्याक्टिस गर्न सक्छु, एक्रुअल्स र प्रिपेमेन्ट्स को, नन करेन्ट एसेट्स को, लिमिटेड कम्पनी फाइनान्शियल स्टेटमेन्ट्स, क्याश फ्लो स्टेटमेन्ट्स यहाँ जान्छु. So and then I can practice my questions.
Okay.
So this is student virtual learning center. You can easily register to this, and there's no problem in registering. I'll give you the link and then you can register.
So I want to add up something about this student VLC. Last week I attended a webinar and it was from the ACCA. So त्यहाँबाट चाहिँ I came to know about this student VLC. So when I went back and just check it, so it was very productive and effective. So त्यसमा मैले म्याथ्स को मोड्युल्स पनि गरे. त्यसमा क्वेशन्स गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ whenever you give exams, त्यसमा चाहिँ कुन त्यो म्याथ्स को ट्रिक्स देखि लेखेर कुनमा चाहिँ असेस हुन्छ भन्ने त्यो चाहिँ सब थियो. So I think this is a very productive one. So having said that, the idea is त्यो जुन जुन वेबिनारहरू ACCA ले गरिरहेको हुन्छ त्यसमा चाहिँ पार्टिसिपेन्ट चाहिँ हुन चाहिँ I would highly recommend and encourage all the ACCA students, because these information are coming straight from the horse's mouth, so they are relevant, authentic हुन्छ. त्यही भएर you shouldn't miss these webinars भनेर चाहिँ I want to share my thoughts.
Thank you, Ankit. So we'll move to the next topic. So BPP English language support for ACCA, So I wouldn't spend so much time on this. I wouldn't spend so much time on this because I think most of you know about it. But there's content for every specific modules. Every specific paper को लागि चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ English language चाहिँ राम्रो गर्ने, and how you can use it to prepare for ACCA exams. So प्रत्येक पेपर को लागि चाहिँ कस्तो कस्तो ल्याङ्ग्वेज स्किल्सहरू चाहिन्छ, कस्तो कस्तो कन्टेन्टहरू, कस्तो कस्तो ल्याङ्ग्वेज इङ्ग्लिस ल्याङ्ग्वेजहरू चाहिँ युजफुल हुन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ देयर इज अ कन्टेन्ट फर एभ्री पेपर अफ ACCA एक्जाम्स. you can track your progress during your studies to see you have भनेको त्यो जुन लगइन गरिसकेपछि there is a platform where you can see what are the contents available, how you can increase improve your English language, and how you can prepare for ACCA exams. Certain papers को लागि चाहिँ कस्तो कस्तो इङ्ग्लिसहरू चाहिन्छ, कस्तो कस्तो इङ्ग्लिस टेस्टहरू हुन्छ, कस्तो कस्तो रिसोर्सेसहरू चाहिन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ you can log in and then practice English, and then you can track your progress, how you are doing it. So I wouldn't go back to showing you support English support link or चाहिँ देखाउँदैन, I think, because everyone know it. And then अहिले चाहिँ चलेको पनि छ, because there was some problem. I think 1-2 months अगाडि चाहिँ problem थियो, but अहिले चाहिँ त्यो राम्रोसँग चलेको छ. So I'll share you the link in that case. So professional marks, I wouldn't go most details into professional marks. तर professional marks चाहिँ किन मैले resource को हिसाबले राखेँ भन्दा चाहिँ this is a resource for you, because at your strategic professional level मा गइसकेपछि SBL बाहेक को अरु पेपरमा चाहिँ there's 4 marks you can gain for professional marks. So your paper will be out of 96, तर अर्को 4 marks चाहिँ के हुन्छ त भन्दा चाहिँ तिमी how professional you are, how professionally you write, how good you write in the format asked in the exams भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ there's 4 marks for other papers, but there's 20 marks for SBL paper. So SBL को पेपर को लागि चाहिँ professional marks is a very good resources, So त्यो 4 marks पनि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ if you the 20 marks is huge. 20 marks is huge, तर 4 marks पनि it can make a difference between pass and fail. So pass and fail मा पनि difference ल्याउँछ. So let's example को लागि चाहिँ if you're a marginally failed student, marginal failed students भनेको चाहिँ 45 देखि 49 ल्याउने विद्यार्थी हो भने चाहिँ these 4 marks can create a big difference. So भनेको content के लेखेको छ भन्ने चाहिँ सँग मतलब हुँदैन, तर you have to write professionally. So if you're writing professionally, so writing professionally means let's say example को लागि चाहिँ तिमीलाई चाहिँ एउटा रिपोर्ट लेख्न भनेको छ भने चाहिँ you have to write your answers in a report format. So that gives you professional marks, one of the examples. So there's articles on student accountant, articles on technical articles मा पनि relevant paper को लागि चाहिँ how to gain professional marks भन्ने छ. There's video contents available. I'll share you the links. I'll share you the links on professional marks कसरी gain गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने linksहरू छन्, and then video on professional marks as well. I'll share you the link. But this is very powerful for strategic professional level. एकदम key resources को रूपमा लिनु पर्यो. Next,
त्यो प्रोफेसनल मार्क्समा आई वान्ट टु एड समथिङ. यो जुन चाहिँ फर्मेटमा कसरी लेख्नु भन्ने सिकाइन्छ नि, त्यो चाहिँ त्यो कोर्स बुक कन्टेन्टमै हुन्छ कि इट्स लाइक यु निड टु लर्न सेपरेटली?
course upload learning content हो भने चाहिँ it will talk about professional marks as well, but these articles and videos are more helpful. They don't know त्यो book content भन्दा चाहिँ more helpful हुन्छ.
Okay.
Next, I'll go to ethics and professional skills module, EPSM. So EPSM is a resource in itself, plus this is a requirement to get your ACCA membership as well. ACCA membership dinako requirement चाहिँ there's an exam part to it, exam pass गर्नु पर्यो. There's an experience part to it, experience पनि गर्नु पर्यो 36 months को, and then there this module you have to complete as well. Your module पनि complete गर्नु पर्यो. 3 E's भन्छ. 3 इजमा चाहिँ एक्जाम्स एक्सपिरियन्स एन्ड देन एथिक्स एन्ड प्रोफेसनल स्किल्स मोड्युल तीनवटा कम्प्लिट गर्नुपर्छ सो इफ यु वान्ट टु गेन योर मेम्बरसिप यो एथिक्स एन्ड प्रोफेसनल स्किल्स मोड्युल चाहिँ गर्नु नै पर्यो तर मैले यहाँ चाहिँ रिसोर्सको हिसाबले राखेको चाहिँ किन भन्दा चाहिँ दिस इज अ रिसोर्स यु क्यान युज यु नो टु गेन नलेज on professional level अलिकति स्किल्स लेभलमा त्यति युजफुल नहोला बिकज दिस इज नर्मली विद्यार्थीहरू चाहिँ स्किल्स लेभल कम्प्लिट गरिसकेपछि कम्प्लिट गर्छन् तर my advice is take this exam it's not an exam but it's a resource so it's a self guided resource which you can practice from your my ACCA so links also so you can log in and then access this module you module access गरेर चाहिँ you can it's a self guided module so कसैले सिकाउनु नि पर्दैन there is no right or wrong answer to it and then you study something and then you take questions and then write answers for it so अब रिसोर्स कसरी भयो त भन्दा चाहिँ यो गरेर यो एथिक्स एन्ड प्रोफेसनल स्किल्स मोड्युल म पहिले नै गर्छु एन्ड देन स्ट्र्याटेजिक प्रोफेसनल लेभलको एक्जाम्सहरू दिन्छु भने चाहिँ नलेज गेन फ्रम दिस एथिक्स एन्ड प्रोफेसनल स्किल्स मोड्युल यहाँ गेन गरेको नलेज चाहिँ एसपिएल लेभलमा हो स्ट्र्याटेजिक प्रोफेसनल लेभलमा चाहिँ मलाई प्रोफेसनल मार्क्सहरू गेन गर्न चाहिँ हेल्प गर्छ एउटा अर्को चाहिँ एसीसीले एउटा रिसर्च गरेको छ रिसर्चमा चाहिँ के देखाएको छ भन्दा चाहिँ एनीवन हु टेक्स दिस एथिक्स एन्ड प्रोफेसनल स्किल्स मोड्युल बिफोर taking the strategic professional level exams are 25% more likely to pass. So,
so it's a good
chances
number.
25% higher. If you are not taken the ethics and professional skill module, there's 25% more likely to chance, more likely to pass if you have taken this paper. So, SBL को लागि एकदम helpful भयो ethics को कुराहरु छ so data analytics को कुराहरु छ this will be more helpful for SBL paper अब यो लकडाउन को बेला चाहिँ if you are approaching strategic professional level or at strategic professional level and you are not doing you haven't done this module यो module गरेको छैन भने this is the best time to utilize best time to utilize गरेर चाहिँ you can complete this यो लकडाउन को situation मा you can complete this module.
I think it's 15 hours, something like that.
Yeah, it will take you around 15 to 20 hours. So, ekapata garnu pani parदैन. So you can do it in a block of 1 hour or anything. So there's a EPSM PDF that I can share you, and there's a video on benefit of EPSM. मैले benefits हरु भन्दिसके तर पनि there's a video on benefits of EPSM that I can share you on via email. So ACCA YouTube app next is. So what this ACCA YouTube app it's a YouTube मा गएर ACCA type गर्यो भने चाहिँ there's a channel for ACCA so I'll show you and then कसरी युज गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने मात्रै शो गर्छु. I won't talk much about YouTube. You all know what YouTube is, you know how to access information, but I'll show you a simple example on
it's not being shared, sir.
But I'm saying it now. So I'll go to here and then I have a link here, ACCA YouTube app. So I'll go directly ACCA YouTube. And then YouTube app ma gayo bhane chahi there's so much information, there's so much videos. Videos are so videos ma gayo bhane chahi there is so much videos. Kun videos herne मैले कुन videos नहेर्ने चाहिँ मलाई कुन information relevant छ I don't know. So what I can do is a small trick. I can go to playlist here. So playlist ma gayo bhane chahi so I can go to playlist and then see relevant relevant study materials or relevant videos for me. So relevant video in point of student would be, let's say example like exam techniques. So this is exam techniques you see, and then for a professional level student who is taking strategic business leader, that might be a good resource to use videos. Strategic business reporting ko lagi, exam tips ko lagi, and there's exam techniques haru pani cha. So professional SBL को professional skills कसरी gain गर्ने भन्ने छ तर सबैको लागि content छ तर then you have to choose the right content. Choosing the right content is going to the playlist and then सबै videos मात्रै गयो भने चाहिँ videos बाट चाहिँ कुन हेर्ने कुन नहेर्ने थाहा हुँदैन तर what you do is playlist मा जाने exam technique जाने. So exam technique मा गइसकेपछि then there's exam techniques on F5. So कुन exam technique लिने भन्ने हिसाब चाहिँ there's so you can choose your papers. कुन paper को exam techniques हरु हेर्न खोजिन्छ त्यसै अनुसार चाहिँ हेर्न सकिन्छ.
So युट्युबमा सर्च बटनमा एक्जाम टेक्निक्स फर पिएम भनेर सर्च गर्नु भन्दा नि एसएससी को थ्रुको युजमा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ इट वुड बी मोर बेनिफिशियल आई गेस।
यस सजिलो पनि भयो त्यो प्लेलिस्टले चाहिँ अलिकति सजिलो पनि बनाउँछ। सो नेक्स्ट इज नेक्स्ट इज युट्युब एप सक्यो। देयर इज अ बीपीपी सपोर्ट टुल एप। सो दिस इज फर प्रोफेसनल लेभल अगेन। सो प्रोफेसनल लेभलमा चाहिँ फ्री बीपीपीले फ्री एप बनाएको छ फर iOS and Android बोथलाई छ। अनि त्यो एपमा चाहिँ what you can do is you can access resources for अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ SBL, SBR, AFM र APM को एप छ। So you can access resources for questions to practice गर्नको लागि क्वेशन्सहरु छ, एक्जाम एडभाइस छ, मक एक्जाम्स अनि एन्सर्सहरु छ। So BPP सपोर्ट टुल एप फ्री अफ कस्ट SBL, SBR, AFM अनि AAPM को लागि।
Okay.
So that's BP support tool app. So recorded webinars.
Is that the BP? Is this the new one or we used to have them?
We used to have them. I think it's not been long, but fairly new. You might not have heard of it, but very, very good one. So
okay.
Huge. So next is
the good thing is it's free of cost.
It is free of cost, yeah. So free of cost, you don't have to pay anything for it. So next is recorded webinars. So recorded webinars को चाहिँ certain webinars को link राखेको छु मैले। So strategic professional level मा चाहिँ key skills for success strategic professional email भनेर link राखेको छु। AFM को लागि link छ, PM को लागि छ, APM को लागि link छ, and there is a link for SBR and SBR। अब के गर्नु भन्दा चाहिँ अघि नै अंकितले नै what are the benefits of taking these webinars भनेर भनिहाल्यो। you always relevant webinars को तिमीलाई चाहिँ ACCA बाट इमेल आउँछ होला। त्यति बेला चाहिँ if it is relevant
आउटलुक चाहिँ गर्नु भएन।
relevant हो भने चाहिँ participate on those webinars and then you'll learn a lot. But for now I'll share a link for webinars to some of the papers. So these are available on demand. Register गर्नु पर्दैन। So जति बेला watch गर्न पनि मिल्छ। Next, classroom lectures and notes. So classroom lectures and notes this is the best way to prepare for exams. So no doubt about it. But किन भन्दा एउटा interactive हुन्छ, interactive हुन्छ, and then engaging पनि हुन्छ, interactive engaging पनि हुन्छ। So classroom lectures and notes lectures classroom lectures लिनु नै पर्यो। So self study गर्छु यो गर्छु not an option, not an option for ACCA, because you miss on the interaction and engaging part, and then you will not be, you will miss out on things like this. As a tutor I will have access to so much of information. I'll have access to your bike or information you won't gain if you are self studying or anything. So best way to prepare for exams, always take tuition with an approved learning partner. Approved learning partner हो भने मात्रै, so check गरेर you should take tuition with approved learning partner because they are approved by ACCA. So interactive engaging हुन्छ। So classroom notes पनि for revision, for revision to refer back, classroom notes are great tool for revisions.
So sir, I just received a questions and it's like how to concentrate while you are in class as being a student as well in your past days, and अब चाहिँ ट्युटर को रूपमा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यसमा चाहिँ अब टिप्स भन्दाखेरि पनि के कुरालाई चाहिँ फोकस गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कन्सन्ट्रेट भइन सक्छ भन्ने एउटा क्वेशन आएको छ। I want you to answer this.
So it's one is mindset. So एउटा चाहिँ mindset चाहिँ मेरो mindset कस्तो छ, so am I there really to म ACCA पढ्नको लागि पढेको छु कि it excites me छ कि छैन, am I really looking forward to having a career in accountancy finance भन्ने चाहिँ एउटा त्यो छ हो mindset छ। The mindset back, and then in the classroom what you can do is अलिकति if you are not interactive, if you are not engaging, or if you are not engaging in the process, it will be dull. So भनेको क्लासरुममा टिचरले क्वेशन गराइरहेको हुन्छ, but you don't take part on this and this, and then you leave you तिम्रो पढ्ने अप्रोच पनि कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ you do revisions at the last minute मा prepare गर्यो भने चाहिँ what happens in the classroom is you don't want to study in the classroom, because what you think is ACCA is not different to what you've studied in your +2 or below that. So +2 मा के हुन्छ भन्दा चाहिँ वर्षभरि मेहनत नगरे भने पनि so एक्जामको बेला झ्याप्चु पढ्यो, क्लासरुमले त्यति डिफरेन्स गर्दैन। because there's no much application part to it. तर in context of ACCA भनेको म क्लासरुममा त्यति ध्यान दिन्न, तर म लास्ट मिनेटमा गरेर प्रिपेयर गरेर पास हुन्छु भन्यो भने चाहिँ then you won't be able to do it. So engaging हुनु पर्यो. So start देखि नै क्लासरुममा interactive गर्नु खोज्नु पर्यो. So interaction with the tutors as well will help you to concentrate on the class.
Certainly, yes, sir. It would.
Next is ACCA Online X. So ACCA Online X, I want to talk about more about it. So ACCA Online X is an online platform developed by ACCA. It's the online learning platform. So online study गर्न मिल्छ. There's some free of charges cost. So free of charges cost like introduction to bookkeeping, intermediate to bookkeeping, यस्तो courses छ. And then there's courses on AB, MA and FA. तर पैसा पे गर्नुपर्छ त्यसलाई. So these are not free of cost. माथि free of courses cost पनि छ. Plus some courses which have to be paid as well. So pay गरेर पनि courses हरु लिन सक्छ. So spreadsheet no Word documents. So if it was 6 months ago, this would have been a powerful tool for 6 months ago, 1 year ago. ACCA CBE session को लागि चाहिँ prepare गर्नको लागि powerful tool हुन्थ्यो. तर अब अहिलेको context मा चाहिँ CBE session को लागि चाहिँ CBE को लागि चाहिँ prepare गर्नको लागि we've got enough material. So spreadsheet र Word documents मा चाहिँ refer गरिराख्नु पर्छ भन्ने छैन. तर पनि त्यसै यहाँ मैले राख्नुको मेन कारण चाहिँ जुन हामीसँग अहिलेसम्म हेरेको रिसोर्सेस चाहिँ these are online resources भनेको म चाहिँ वेबमा गएर क्लिक गरेर वेब इन्टरनेट नभइकन एक्सेस गर्न नसक्ने रिसोर्सेस हो. भनौँ CBE सेसन वर्क स्पेस होला or even what CBE practice platform दुवै चाहिँ के हो त we can access only if we have internet. तर this is an offline solution to session CBE workspace. So मसँग internet access छैन भने चाहिँ what I can do is I can still use spreadsheet or Word documents. अनि शेयर गर्न पनि सजिलो हुन्छ, फिडब्याक लिन पनि सजिलो हुन्छ ट्युटर्सहरुसँग. So online available छ. I've got workspace for CBE हो, म त्यसैमा प्र्याक्टिस गर्छु. If not, then I'll still practice my questions on the spreadsheet and Word documents. So I would encourage everyone to use.
Practicing in these spreadsheets and Word documents would not likely to make you familiar with the exam sitting, right, sir? So
त्यसैले best thing to do is use the CBE workspace or CBE practice platform. त्यही नै युज गर्ने नै हो. तर जस्ट इन केस मसँग केही छैन भने चाहिँ अनलाइन छैन, रिसोर्सेस छैन भने चाहिँ मसँग इन्टरनेट छैन, एक्सेस छैन भने चाहिँ एटलिस्ट this works for you to present your answers, get used to spreadsheets and word processing. त्यो हेल्प चाहिँ गर्छ. तर I would still encourage you to use online workspace and then CBE practice.
Or else you can go to the ALP and they would obviously have all the resources you need.
Yes. So ACCA COVID area, there is a link where ACCA ले चाहिँ एउटा dedicated area बनाएको छ सबै स्टुडेन्ट्स को लागि चाहिँ, मेम्बर्स को लागि चाहिँ. So त्यहाँ गएर चाहिँ लिंकमा गएर चाहिँ you can look for resources, online resourcesहरु चाहिँ यो कोभिड एफेक्टेड बेलामा चाहिँ के गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ there is resources for all the students, even members, and then कसरी चाहिँ वेल बिङ रहने यो लकडाउन को सिचुएसनमा भन्ने पनि छ. So that's ACCA COVID area. Next is PQ magazine. PQ magazine, not an official ACCA resource. ACCA resource, official ACCA resource, So, but I have still put it here because there's the articles, news, study and career advices to magazine. It's a magazine. Online access गर्न मिल्छ, and there is a dedicated study zone on their website. So study zone पनि छ. So you can use this PQ magazine as a resource as well, but official होइन ACCA को. Back in the days हामीले चाहिँ ACCA पढ्ने बेलामा चाहिँ PQ magazine ले चाहिँ प्रत्येक एक्जाम सेसनको अगाडि चाहिँ they used to give us hint चाहिँ एक्जाममा के आउन सक्छ भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ हिन्ट दिन्थ्यो. अनि we used to refer to PQ magazine जहिले पनि भनेको एक्जाम आउने भन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ 1-2 हप्ता अगाडि चाहिँ यो सिलेबस एरिया चाहिँ इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ भनेर चाहिँ हिन्टहरु जस्तो दिन्थ्यो. So we used to use it. So अहिलेको लागि चाहिँ आर्टिकल्सहरु छ, स्टडी जोनहरु छ, करियर एडभाइसेसहरु छ. You can still use PQ magazine as a resource.
So just you mentioned about your past days where you use the PQ Imagine, because you have been the part of those times where there weren't enough resources. अहिले फर्केर हेर्दाखेरि अहिलेको टाइममा धेरै रिसोर्सेस छ. सो हाउ वुड यु कम्पेयर त्यो सिचुएसन र अहिलेको सिचुएसनलाई, अनि सो द्याट अहिलेको रिसोर्सेस चाहिँ म्याक्सिमम युटिलाइजेसन गर्न चाहिँ अनि के गर्न सकिन्छ भन्ने अलिकति एड गर्न I would like to request.
I think time has changed. Time has changed. मैले CB exam दिएको भनेको चाहिँ F1, F2, F3 मात्र नै हो. And then now time has changed. ACCA applied skills level पनि it has been CB, त्यसपछि professional level पनि अब CB हुँदैछ. So time has changed because demands on the market, or that to keep up with the technology, as a professional accountant we need to be updated. एउटा त्यो छ. त्यति बेला चाहिँ एज अ रिसोर्सको हिसाबले चाहिँ देयर युज टु बी पास्ट एक्जाम्स पेपर चाहिँ हुन्थ्यो, टेक्निकल आर्टिकल्स पनि हुन्थ्यो, एक्जामिनेबल डकुमेन्ट्स पनि हुन्थ्यो. तर त्यो बाहेक युज गर्न सक्ने रिसोर्सेस चाहिँ यु ह्याड टु रिफर ब्याक टु पिक्यू म्यागजिन, ब्याक इन द डेज, टु गेट हिन्ट्स or एडभाइस. सो पिक्यू म्यागजिन पनि त्यति बेला चाहिँ पावरफुल रिसोर्स जस्तो थियो. दिस इज नट अ पावरफुल रिसोर्स नाउ, but त्यति बेला पिक्यू म्यागजिन was a good resource. So because there were not enough resources, so time change हुँदै गइसकेपछि now if you're studying now, you must feel very lucky that you got 26 वटा resources that we talk about here, 26-27 वटा resources. So you got so many resources. ACCA ले चाहिँ तिम्रो exam को preparation को लागि चाहिँ help होस्, makes it easier for you to prepare for your exam. So you got so many resources now. So time has changed, and then you need to utilize those resources. If you're utilizing most of these resources, you'll definitely pass.
Thank you, sir.
Next we go to PQMAT. Next, Jofted apps. Again, not an official ACCA resource, not official ACCA resource, but I like this. I like these apps. I like these apps. I don't know why I like these apps, but I like these apps. So these apps are these are Jofted apps because these are made by Jofted, and then there's a app for all applied knowledge. They were F1, F2, F3 सबैको लागि छ, अनि most of the applied skills module को लागि नै app छ. So what this app does is it lets you practice questions easily. एकदम very interface पनि एकदम राम्रो, एकदम easy interface. You go click in the app, you go to set questions गयो, and then you practice your questions. So ACCA resource, official ACCA resource नभए पनि I would recommend using this. But what you have to be careful is sometimes the answers on that app are wrong. So you always refer back to your tutor if you have any confusion. There's questions, and then there's mock exams for practices. Or practice गर्नको लागि चाहिँ you've got mock exams also. You can use that app. Not an official resource, but still usable and very good resource. Now, time as a resource. Time as a resource. Now we talk about so many resources. Talk about so many resources. Offline resources, online resources. Now I've put time as a resource because it can help you. Planning and using time effectively can help you in three ways. One,
okay,
time planning during revision. So during the revision you have to plan how to allocate time for different papers you are studying. If you're studying more than one paper or two papers, so कसरी time allocate गर्ने भन्छ, time planning during the revision. अर्को चाहिँ planning for exam session by session. So planning for exam session by session is less example को लागि चाहिँ म जुनको एक्जामलाई कुन पेपरको लागि रेडी हुन्छु, or डिसेम्बरमा कुन पेपर दिन्छु, म कुन हिसाबले चाहिँ I want to complete my ACCA qualification भन्ने हिसाब चाहिँ time is important. And then the third one is effective time management during exams.
So before you just elaborate, I just got question regarding the same. So mostly students, they prepare for the exam, but जब एक्जामिनेसन कन्डिसनमा आउन चाहिँ गाह्रो मान्छ, अनि टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट पनि गाह्रो भइरहेको हुन्छ. सो यसमा चाहिँ हाउ वुड यु what would be your suggestion so that they can take a better approach, like solving question and effectively manage their time accordingly?
I need to repeat the question again. So
okay, so before you said about this effective time management, I just received a question saying कि they prepare for the exams, right? So they know every contents, they know everything, but जब exam हलमा वा एक्जाम सिबीको अगाडि बस्दाखेरि चाहिँ दे कान्ट लाइक एक्जाम कन्डिसनमा चाहिँ आउन सक्दैन, मेबी त्यो नर्भसनेसले गर्दा होस् या कन्फिडेन्सले गर्दा होस्, सो द्याट त्यसले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ पछि टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट पनि अफेक्ट गर्छ। सो यसमा चाहिँ वाट वुड बी द सोल्युसन अर कस्तो एप्रोच दिँदाखेरि चाहिँ इट वुड बी बेटर?
सो प्लानिङ सेसन बाई सेसनमा एउटा म एक्जाम्पल दिन सक्छु नि त। सो प्लानिङ एक्जाम सेसन बाई सेसन if I'm planning to take exams, let's say for June, so June start हुन्छ नर्मली चाहिँ नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ जनवरीमा क्लास स्टार्ट हुन्छ। firstly I will study only those papers I'm planning to take exams in June. So I wouldn't study or take papers which are मैले चाहिँ 2-3 पेपर लिइराख्छु, एउटा चाहिँ सेप्टेम्बरमा दिन्छु, एउटा चाहिँ जुनमा दिन्छु भन्ने तरिकाले चाहिँ प्लान चाहिँ म गर्दै गर्दिन। सो बिकज देयर इज अ टाइम ल्याग हुन्छ, एन्ड देन द बेस्ट टाइम टु टेक एक्जाम इज मैले भनेको चाहिँ if you're enrolled for June exams, take exams in June, don't leave it for September. सेप्टेम्बरमा गइसकेपछि त्यही नै हुन्छ। अर्को चाहिँ प्लानिङ को हिसाबले चाहिँ टाइम रिभिजनको बेलामा पनि you should give enough time to all the papers, अनि रिभिजन पिकी हुनु भएन, सिलेबस एरिया मात्र पिक गर्नु भएन, चुज गर्नु भएन, यो इम्पोर्टेन्ट एरिया अफ सिलेबस होला म यसमा धेरै टाइम दिन्छु, एभ्रिथिङ इज इम्पोर्टेन्ट एभ्रिथिङ इज इम्पोर्टेन्ट ACCA, सो लिभ गर्नु भएन। सो व्हाट ह्यापन्स इज मोस्ट अफ द टाइम जुन एरिया अफ सिलेबस मैले छोडेर गएको छ त्यही नै एन्सर क्वेसन्सहरु आउँछ धेरै। सो मैले सस्पेन्स अकाउन्ट पढेको थिएन, सस्पेन्स अकाउन्टमा 10-15 मार्क्सको आयो भन्ने सिचुएसन आउन सक्छ कि। सो देन you don't leave any part of syllabus as well. So त्यो छ। I think that अर्को चाहिँ इफेक्टिभ टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट ड्युरिङ एक्जाम्समा गइसकेको थिएँ, टाइम एज अ रिसोर्सको हिसाबले। सो इफेक्टिभ टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट ड्युरिङ एक्जाम्स इज इट इज म अब एक्जाममा बसेँ, एक्जाममा बसिसकेपछि आई हेभ प्रिपेयर वेल हो, एकदम मैले सबै एरिया अफ सिलेबस कभर गरेको छु, राम्रोसँग पढेर आएको छु, आई नो एभ्रिथिङ द्याट्स बिन आस्क्ड इन द एक्जाम। बट इफ आई डोन्ट म्यानेज माई टाइम वेल ड्युरिङ द एक्जाम्स, सो द्याट्स अ फेल हैन र। सो टाइम एज अ रिसोर्स चाहिँ मलाई सिलेबस एरियामा सबै जतिसुकै जाने पनि म एक्जाममा गएर चाहिँ राम्रोसँग चाहिँ मैले टाइम म्यानेज गर्न सक्दिनँ भने चाहिँ केही पनि नजान्नु र एक्जाममा गएर चाहिँ मैले टाइम म्यानेज गर्न नसक्नु भन्ने चाहिँ एउटै नै हो। सो नो वान विल नो द्याट ओके यु न्यू एभ्रिथिङ, ही डिडन्ट ह्याभ टाइम, सो लेट्स गिभ हिम मार्क्स भनेर चाहिँ कसैले सोध्दैन। सो टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट ड्युरिङ एक्जाम्स इज अ की फ्याक्टर।
ओके सर।
नेक्स्ट इज resources by Seed Financial Academy, last one. So there's resources on Seed Financial Academy website. So we talked about so many resources. About ACCA page ma gaera pani kaha khojne. So there's I can give you the links, but I'll show you how easily you can access resources from even Seed Financial website. I'll show you. Let me share it first. So I'll go to Seed Financial Academy. Seed Financial Academy. So that's our website, Seed Financial. Then you can see resources here. So if you go to ACCA resources, now what we have done is we have compiled the list of resources. So if I'm studying management accounting, for example, where I can find syllabus and study guide, you click the link, it will take easy. It will take you to the syllabus and study guide.
Okay.
And then if you want math modules, BPP English for ACCA, specimen exams, past exams, everything is compiled here. So for all the papers, it is compiled here. So it makes you easier to it makes easier for you to click the link, and then it will redirect to past paper exams, introduction to CV, session CV. There's videos link as well. So for it is compiled for your easiness in for every paper. So you can refer to Seed Financial website. That's one. There's a blog area as well. So blog area, what you can do is you can access articles on different articles written by different students, written by the tutors and everyone. And then, it will give you indication on the resources as well. And then planning, articles on how to pass exams and everything. So see, one of the very good article written by Asmita on, how easy is passing ACCA exams. It will
Yeah.
give you, guidance on how to prepare for exams and everything. That's you can use Seed Financial Academy's website as the resources. And then, there's a YouTube app, YouTube channel for Seed Financial as well. We are live through YouTube, but you can access YouTube channel for Seed Financial Academy. And then, there's resources there as well. There's videos that can help you in career wise, even on studies, content on effort, content on other papers. You can use that YouTube app as well, YouTube channel for ACCA, Seed Financial Academy as a a resource.
So all the web pages and link you have mentioned, like examiner documents, study guide. So these are all in one web page, and that's obviously the Seed Financial page, right?
Yes, yes,
So you would
yes.
be just one click away to use these resources.
Yes, yes,
Sounds good.
yes. It makes you easier to use all the resources. So that's a combination of resources. So I'll go back to the slide. So I've
Yeah.
come to the final part of the slide. So I think I've covered all the resources well. Now, if you have any questions, I'll take questions from the chat box as well, or if you have any questions, you can raise your hands, and then
Yeah.
we can move forward. So I'll
So yeah. So I would like to request all of you who are present in the this live, so to raise any question. If you want, you can just uh, type it in the chat box, or uh, you can also, if you want to ask questions live, then I would open the microphone for you. So if any are willing to ask any questions.
So I'll start taking question from the chat box.
Sure,
So
sure.
hers, these are some are private questions which can be seen by all of you, but I'll read them out loud. So
Okay,
there's a
sure, sure.
question by Hers Deep. So I think most of the students have problem with English language in my personal view. And to log in BPP English for SCA, it asks for United Kingdom contact number for verification. Okay. So what you can do is, if you select the country, and then you can change the country name to Nepal. So
Nepal.
you don't have to put in United Kingdom contact number. So you select that country and then scroll down to Nepal, and then you can enter your Nepal number as well. So it's not only United Kingdom number that works. So त्यो लिङ्कमा गएर चाहिँ when you have to enter the number, change the country to Nepal, change गर्न मिल्छ.
Okay, so I just um received some questions, and it says like you uh, the approved content you told before, it's like BPP र कप्लान भन्नुभयो नि, यसमा चाहिँ which one is better भन्ने चाहिँ एउटा क्वेसन आएको छ सर. यसमा तपाईँको सजेसन एन्ड रिकमेन्डेसन.
So it differs paper wise, but for easiness, and then comfortable to use for Nepal students. I think it's Kaplan. I think I would say, but you can still refer back to BPP contents. But my preference is BPP ma चाहिँ नेपालको context, but it's a difficult language wise पनि अलिकति difficult to understand in BPP. अनि नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा still still what you call still I think Kaplan is better नेपालको कन्टेक्स्टमा. But having said that, BPP लाई undermine गर्न खोजेको
होइन, but like इङ्ग्लिसको because we are from the second English speaking country, त्यसको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ I think Kaplan would be a better choice. But having said that, BPP is useful and relevant still.
Yes. Okay. Now I've got a question from Sumit asking for a question. What does point refers in the profile of ACCA community member? Like I've seen some have 500, 600 points along with their profile. I exactly don't know about that, but I can research, and then if you can drop me an email, and then I'll probably,
Yeah.
research about that, and then I can get back to you. But I don't really know what's those points. Ankit, have you got any idea on that?
No, I think like it's not particularly based on the researches. It's about the the account. So I haven't got any idea on that. So it would be better if
For
we
me,
research and then answer.
for me, I think a blind guess would be, probably, as that, ranking probably will change as, as you become more active on the chat community groups, and then, I think that ranking will show that, okay, how active you are in chats. But, I'm not quite sure about that. We can, research, and then we'll let you know. There's a question from anonymous. We don't take questions from anonymous. So if you have your questions, you need to
Yeah.
change your, you need to raise your hands, and then
Change it to
rename your name. So I don't know
genuine.
who is anonymous. So it will
Yeah.
be
So
great to
you
answer the
don't
question.
need to disguise. So.
Mm.
And I got a question and says, having said that, like, first of all, I would like to thank you for all your effort for finding about like 26 resources. But
Mm.
normally, say, serious level or professional level, say they know about this, right? So knowledge level, ma चाहिँ किनकि दे आर जस्ट इन द बिगिनिङ अफ देयर प्रोसेस यो रिसर्चको बारेमा थाहा हुँदैन सो उनीहरूलाई चाहिँ त्यो रिसर्चेसको बारेमा थाहा दिन चाहिँ एज एन एएलपी चाहिँ कसरी चाहिँ हेल्प गर्न सकिन्छ
So okay, I think this video content will be recorded. One of the one of the good thing about it is it's recorded and it's on YouTube, so you can always refer back to YouTube. But having done this session, and then having done so much research on you know resources, what I've come to realize is, I need to do live session, live session classroom mein gaera huncha ki,
हजुर सर
classroom ma gaera chahi talk about what kind of resources are available, even on the first day, or introduction classes ma, or put number of students, group ma rakhera chahi or
हजुर
in सुरुको दिनमा चाहिँ ओरिएन्टेसनको क्लासेसको दिन we can talk about resources, or during the classes as well, keep talking about resources, show you how to use it. I think we'll be more active in
इन कमिङ
doing
डेज
upcoming days, and then you can still refer back to the video, and then it is and then look for resources.
So as you have compiled all the resources, now it would be easier being an ALP director, so to just inform them
Yes.
easily. I think
So
so.
yes, it doesn't matter if you're a student from Seed Financial only. You can have access to this content. You can email me if you have any questions regarding these resources. I'll put in my email address on the top of the you know mm, I'll put in my email address on top. So I've taken references from so many websites
Resources.
and sources. So I've put them down, and that's thank you from me, all of you. I will put in my email address on the front, so you can email me if email me if you need access to all these resources. You can call me if you have gotten my number. You can Facebook me, you can LinkedIn me, or
Yep.
whatever you want to, and then I can give you access to these resources. Or if you have got any problems using any of the resources available from ACCA, you can contact me. That's my email address. If you drop me an email, I will then I'll send you all resources. If you that's all from me. Over to you, Ankit.
Yeah, so I think that was truly it took like more than 1 hour, but still because there are a lot of resources, I think you shouldn't miss it out. So we are at the end of the first part. The second part is I'm going to ask you some questions. So I would kindly like to request you to just remove the screen sharing so we can uh, ask few questions.
Okay, just a second. I'm copying one email address now.
Yeah, sure.
Stop share. Okay.
So yeah, just second. So yeah, so I will make it easier for you. So I would elaborate this questions from my own personal experience. It's about the confidence issue. So मैले चाहिँ F3 को पेपर दिनु अगावै चाहिँ I start practicing questions. अनि मलाई चाहिँ always चाहिँ suspense account र तपाईको कन्ट्रोल एकाउन्ट चाहिँ इट वाज बिट हार्डर फर मी. सो जब म बस्छु एन्ड कप्लान किटबाट त्यो क्वेसन्सहरू गर्न थाल्दाखेरि एन्सर्सहरू रङ आउने कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कन्फिडेन्स लेभल चाहिँ एकदम ड्रप पनि हुन्थ्यो. अनि एउटा सेन्स अफ फियर पनि आउँथ्यो कि आई डोन्ट नो द होल कन्टेन्ट. जस्ट एउटा क्वेसन एउटा सल्भ गर्न नसकेर चाहिँ मलाई एकाउन्ट रिसिभेबल्स पनि भन्ने पनि थाहा छैन, पेयर्स भन्ने पनि थाहा छैन, कन्सल्टेसन केही पनि थाहा नहुने त्यस्तो कन्फिडेन्स इस्यु आउँदाखेरि चाहिँ एक्जाम्स पनि पोस्टपोन गर्नु पनि सिचुएसन भएको थियो. प्लस एक्जाम चाहिँ दिन चाहिँ त्यो कन्फिडेन्स चाहिँ एकदम लुज भएको थियो. सो यसमा चाहिँ तपाईँको कमेन्ट के हुन्छ भन्ने चाहिँ आई थिङ्क दिस इज नट फेस बाई मी. आई थिङ्क मेजोरिटी अफ एससी स्टुडेन्टमा चाहिँ यो क्वेसन चाहिँ एउटा सल्भ गर्न नसक्दाखेरि चाहिँ होल कन्टेन्ट नै थाहा नभएको हो है भन्ने चाहिँ यो चाहिँ एउटा मिसकन्सेप्सन भनौँ वा प्रब्लम चाहिँ छ.
So as a tutor, मैले के गर्छु आजकल भनेको so experiencing, I have been experiencing that problem, faced by students. So as a tutor, I've started, not, focusing too much on suspense account, any control accounts, on the, course गर्ने बेलामा चाहिँ when it comes to revision phase, I'll talk about it more, I'll elaborate it more, I'll show you new questions you've never seen about. तर सुरुको स्टेजमा चाहिँ त्यो कन्फिडेन्स लो नहोस् भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ there's certain type of questions you are very you don't feel comfortable about. So त्यो टाइपको क्वेशन्सहरु चाहिँ मैले चाहिँ विद्यार्थीलाई चाहिँ एक्सेसै दिदिन. त्यो टाइपको क्वेशन्सहरुको चाहिँ म कुरै गर्दिन. सो स्टार्टिङ at the first कोर्सको. So when it comes to revision, I'll talk about those courses, and then लास्टमा गइसकेपछि चाहिँ sometimes it's better to let's say on suspense account and control accounts मा चाहिँ two type को question आउँछ. two type को question मा चाहिँ one type of question is you can easily solve one type of question, and there's the other type of question you can't solve it. So त्यो type को questions चाहिँ म चाहिँ विद्यार्थीलाई चाहिँ एक्सेस दिदिन. विद्यार्थीलाई चाहिँ छ भन्ने पनि थाहा दिदिन. And then एन्डमा गएर भनौँ न रिभिजन फेजमा गएर मात्रै when people are comfortable with other questions and then they are good with everything, then only सस्पेन्स अकाउन्टको त्यो क्वेशन्सहरु म विद्यार्थीलाई चाहिँ एक्सेस दिन्छु and then टक अबाउट इट. सो त्यो गर्दा चाहिँ कन्फिडेन्स लुज हुँदैन. एन्ड देन फेरि कस्तो कन्फिडेन्स सस्पेन्स अकाउन्ट र कन्ट्रोल अकाउन्ट्स मलाई आएन भन्दैमा चाहिँ इट डजन्ट मिन you don't know everything. सो त्यो कन्फिडेन्स इस्यु नआओस् भन्ने हिसाबले चाहिँ त्यही दुई टाइपको क्वेशनले गर्दा चाहिँ त्यो कन्फिडेन्स इस्यु आउने हो. त्यसैले चाहिँ माई एप्रोच इज I don't really look into those questions at the beginning. रिभिजन फेजमा गएर मात्रै हेर्छु मैले.
So after all, I think ACCA exams is not like last minute preparation मा दिन नसक्नु भनेको चाहिँ त्यही कन्फिडेन्स इस्यु नै हो. सो कन्फिडेन्स चाहिँ along the process build up हुनेको कारणले गर्दा चाहिँ लास्ट मिनेटमा बसेर एक्जाम दिन्छु पास हुन्छु भन्ने चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ माइन्डसेट चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ हटाउनु पर्ने जस्तो चाहिँ लाग्छ मलाई. अनि सो another questions. अनि so you have told a lot of resources, like there are like 26 हैन, but being a student always it's like problematic and confusion हुन्छ कि कुन चाहिँ रिसोर्सेस म चुज गरौँ भनेर, कुन चाहिँ अथेन्टिक छ, कुन चाहिँ राइट छ, कुन चाहिँ मेरो लागि चाहिँ सुट छ भन्ने हिसाबमा चाहिँ त्यो चाहिँ एकदम प्रब्लम क्रिएट हुन्छ. किनकि धेरै रिसोर्सेस हुँदाखेरि when you have got everything नि, सो कुनको इम्पोर्टेन्स कति हो भन्ने थाहा हुँदैन. सो यसमा चाहिँ लाइक यो अघिनको पोलको रिजल्ट पनि आएको मैले देखेँ. सो त्यो पोलको रिजल्टको आधारमा पनि र एज अ काइन्ड अफ क्लोजिङ स्टेटमेन्ट चाहिँ समराइज गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कुन चाहिँ रिसोर्सेस चाहिँ यु सुडन्ट मिस आउट भनेर चाहिँ एउटा समरी दिनु हुन आई वुड लाइक टु रिक्वेस्ट.
So there's so much resources we talk about. एकदम धेरै नै रिसोर्सेसहरु कुरा गरियो. And then in my experience, referring to all of the resources is very useful. तर पनि as a student, you are reluctant to use all of the resources. That's totally understandable. So म फेरि स्क्रिन शेयर गरेर चाहिँ after the all the resources we talked about. I'll talk about the resources which I think are
we shouldn't miss it out.
never missable, unmissable भनौँ न. So त्यो हिसाबले चाहिँ firstly number 1 मा हामी जुन अप्रुभ लर्निङ कन्टेन्ट को कुरा गर्यौं. सो अप्रुभ लर्निङ कन्टेन्टमा पनि रिभिजन किट हो. टेक्स्ट बुक मिस नै नगर्नु पर्ने त होइन, तर रिभिजन किट you need to you never miss revision kit. So number 1, so approve learning content, revision kit. Number 2 number 3 ones, right? Number 3, examiner reports or examining team guidance. Oh, examiner reports or examining team guidance. Number 1. Number 2 syllabus and study guide. Syllabus study guide मध्ये study guide चाहिँ syllabus भन्दा पनि study guide चाहिँ I will not miss study guide. So 1, approve learning content को revision kit. 2nd study guide. 3 examiner's report. 4 technical articles. 4 technical articles. So all 4 are important. First को 4 are important. So first को 4 secure, and then I'll go to CB practice platform. Number 7. Number 7 you shouldn't miss. 7, and then I think next I'll go to next one. Out of this, I think you shouldn't miss number 8.
Okay.
Number 8. I know. Number 11, student virtual learning center.
But I think this is the new one.
The student virtual learning center. You shouldn't miss that. I'll come back to professional max. Number 18, you shouldn't miss classroom lectures and notes. Right?
Yeah.
And then there is a student VLC. We talk about CV practice platform. What is it called? We talk about CV 7 and 7 7, and then this professional max for strategic professional level. I think I will add one more professional max. I think these are unmissable.
Okay.
So
I think
revision kit, examiner's report, study guide, technical articles, CV practice platform,
student VLC.
VLC, and then professional max.
Okay. So sir, again through my एउटा question चाहिँ सोध्न बिर्से. When you talk about online X, त्यसमा चाहिँ you can prepare online for AB, MA and FA paper भनेको थियो हैन. So अब how would you differentiate, like which would be better in your suggestion, going to a ALP and learning, taking tuition, or taking online classes through online X?
So there are various online learning platforms which are very, very effective and then very, very good, but studying through offline classes or taking classes through a ALP, it becomes more interactive in case of Nepal case scenario मा चाहिँ भनेको एउटा साथीभाइसँगको इन्टरेक्सन एउटा भयो, टिचर्सहरुको इन्टरेक्सन भयो, and then it's a community. भनेको म घरमा बसेर म अनलाइन पढ्छु भनेमा चाहिँ it's a community, so you can build friends, you can build that network. Class लियो भने चाहिँ, but that won't happen with online classes.
So you better suggest to go to ALP, yes. Right, sir?
Yes.
So just I want to add up, like normal difference. I have took some online classes, and त्यसमा difference के पाए भने चाहिँ ALP मा जाँदाखेरि चाहिँ it create a kind of ecosystem जहाँ चाहिँ like-minded people-हरु भेटिन्छ. So म ALP मा गयो भने म पनि ACCA पढेर के गर्छु भनेर गएको हुन्छ. त्यसमा पनि I would meet a friend or a colleague who would be thinking the same as I think. So like-minded people चाहिँ एउटा इकोसिस्टममा हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ करियर ग्रोथदेखि लिएर तपाईको इन्टरपर्सनल कम्युनिकेसन स्किल्समा पनि डेभलप साइड बाइ साइड हुने भएको कारणले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ, किनकि ब्याक टु ब्याक एक्जाम्स पास गरेर घरमै बसेर काम गर्ने भन्दाखेरि पनि लास्टमा गएर त कम्युनिटीमै गएर काम गर्नुपर्छ. सो त्यो एक्स्ट्रा फ्याक्टर पाउनको लागि चाहिँ I think personally also I would suggest going to ALP.
Exactly. So the interaction and then communication plus the network build गर्नको लागि चाहिँ it is advisable to use online classes for sure. I think we come to our end of the show. So thank you very much for attending this program. This program is live on YouTube, and then it will be available for you to watch it later. So refer back on a milcha so content. Thank you for participating and being very engaging. Thank you, Ankit, for your support, asking very useful questions, and thank you everyone.
So yeah, as the, as we have been through all this. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank Seed Financial Academy uh, for creating such a wonderful program. So I think this would be very uh, beneficial for all the students as well, and I think the program went very informative and interactive as well. Also, I would like this opportunity to thank Mr. Anand Gautam for uh, his all the research works and all those researches which he have collected, and this will definitely help the students. So having said that, I would like to thank all the participants once again, and hope this pandemic problem would end soon. And also, just stay safe, stay home, and take care, guys. Cheers. Thank you.
Okay.